Hey guys, hope you're having a good one. Before we get started with this week's episode, we just wanted to announce that next week the fellas will be taking a much needed break for Thanksgiving, but they're going to be back Wednesday, November 30th with a really fun new episode for you. And from everyone here at the R.O.A.D podcast, we just want to wish you a happy Thanksgiving. And without further interruption, we'll get started with this week's episode.
Hey, yo, what's good? Welcome to Reflections of a DJ, the R.O.A.D podcast presented by DJ City and Beat Source. We're here in LA. This is the LA edition of the R.O.A.D podcast.
Fresh from the Beat Source office.
Yeah, we're in the Beat Source offices. Me and Jamie spent a couple hours like rearranging shit. We invaded Phenom's office.
Yeah, so we're in Phenom's office.
Did we have to check in?
Huh?
Did we have to check in LA?
Nah,
I didn't check in.
Nah, we didn't check in nothing, man. Actually, I don't know. I gotta talk to this motherfucker. I gotta talk to our guest who probably knows all about the check-ins.
That's why he's first, because we're checking in with him.
We checked in with him.
Yeah, we checking in with him. We're checking in with our guest.
You know what? I feel like you're all tapped in, not even checking in. Y'all tapped in.
So wait, so we got a guest here, one of LA's finest, does all the nightclubs, the bottle service. He's the DJ for Ray J, Ty Dolla sign. He's been on reality shows. He's in all the hottest clubs. He travels all the time. Every time I see him, he's in a different country. He's touring, and I've been wanting him on the podcast for a minute. He's one of like the staple DJs in nightlife here in LA. And we're really happy to have him, man. Shout to Dre Sinatra.
Yes, sir.
What's good, sir?
Yeah, I appreciate y'all. I've been wanting to do this podcast too. I'm not gonna lie for a minute. Like,
really?
Yeah. I see a lot of clips. And I'll be like, I can't wait till I get up on there.
Why?
No, you know what though? I'm patient. I'm like, when my time comes, if it comes, I'm gonna be honored.
Yeah, as soon as I text him, I was like, "Yo, you down?" He's like, "Fucking for sure, of course."
For sure. Absolutely.
Yeah, well, why? You see the clips and does it like upset you? Does it annoy you?
No, it doesn't upset me. I love like the different opinions. Like you guys, like one guy might have one opinion, and you're gonna come with some crazy wild shit. Say some
me?
Yeah, you can say some off the wall,
not me,
some off the wall shit. I love that. I like that about it. Yeah,
not me. I actually have a lot of questions for you.
Come on, let's go.
Because
I told you.
I feel like there's. I feel, I admit I'm wrong about a lot of shit, but I'm right about a lot of shit too. But
even when you're wrong, you're right.
No, I mean, I'm in the ballpark. You know what I'm saying? Like, but like, I've always wondered because if I felt like hip hop bottle service nightclubs didn't exist until like the 2010s.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
right?
Absolutely. Yep.
Especially for hip hop, right?
Don't you think that's weird though?
I think that started existing, like, cause check this out, like the open format shit was popping, right, and like the EDM shit's popping, but those people do drugs and they're not fucking trying to drink alcohol. This is my opinion, by the way. Mm-hmm. So
as someone who's born and raised in LA,
so this is like I'm seeing the difference. So like we're doing the hip hop shit, like the rap shit when all that's going on. It's like you're either doing that open format Vegas style shit, or you were doing like the rap shit wasn't cool, which was like what we were doing, because like we're just gonna play trap rap music, and that crowd, they want to pop bottles, they want to fucking like show their wealth. It's like a display, like we want to show you we're gonna pop 3 bottles of Grey Goose, and we want a fucking presentation. So like then that started taking off, and like the clubs, they're making good money off selling 3 bottles instead of trying to sell drinks at the bar. Like that's gonna happen regardless. But if you're like really focusing on somebody having to pay $3,000, and that's not even including tip and gratuity, by the time you're out, you're spending $3,800.
So wait. So the hip hop, like I'm talking like all hip hop, nothing but hip hop, like those clubs that had bottle service in LA, they didn't exist. And I'm thinking they didn't exist in the 2000s and maybe some in the 90s, like in the like kind of, Hollywood nightclubs, because of like gangs and shit, right? Because they're like, we don't like, the hip hop was probably very like, it wasn't club oriented, like LA, until like the 2010s with Young California. Like there was this emergence of like LA, like nightclub anthems y'all were creating.
Well,
I
say this all the time, Kirk. There was no real rappers in the West, in LA, from like 2000, like from 99 to like 2000 till like fucking the game.
It was like the Mustard era, right?
No,
the Mustard era didn't hit till maybe 2000.
Well, nah, look,
right?
here's what a lot of people sleep.
Okay.
You know who really brought this shit back? Like, I seen it firsthand. It was the New Boys.
The New
I
Boys.
swear to God.
Well, you're a jerk.
I swear to God. Because, look, I was traveling around that time. Like, I was traveling around the country with Ray J, so we were doing, like, every big market. And, like, you go to a different state, and, like, that's a song you're going to hear when you turn on the radio. Like, I could be in fucking Jacksonville, or I could be in Atlanta. I'm just talking about like random spots. Like, you're gonna hear that fucking song, and like that song, a lot of people don't realize it, but that shit opened up the doors for like a lot of other things to come back. Because then there was like, what was the other shit? The Cat Daddy and all that other shit, Cali Swag District. Like, then all those other little things kicked in.
Wait,
like YG and them weren't even popping crazy like that yet.
He wasn't even out.
Wait, when did the New Boys come out? When did
The
the
Boys
2009.
hit 2009 with You're a Jerk.
Top of 2009.
Yeah.
So the jerk movement really, it
Say
kind of
that.
brought dancing into LA a little bit.
Yeah,
right?
but it just exposed like the country to like that sound, like the 100 BPMs, like that sound, which is like West Coast shit.
Yeah.
So like I'm telling you, I seen it firsthand. Like I was like, damn, a lot of people don't realize that, but they made it cool. Like again, like for West Coast shit, because everybody was trying to do like the Dr. Dre, the gangster shit,
Yeah.
or like the game shit. They were just having fun, and like that's what caught on was like the energy and like just having fun. Like any kid anywhere in the country could just dance like that. You don't have to be from the West Coast.
And there was the house party, like that was kind of the house party music that was happening at the time too.
Because I would have thought there would have been some hip hop bottle service nightclubs in Hollywood from the game, from that era, because that's when New York started popping off.
No, we didn't really have anything.
Like New York really started popping off. Hip hop crossed over, and like 50 Cent, Usher, Crazy in Love,
Ja Rule.
Ja Rule, all this shit crossed over to the main rooms in New York in the 2000s.
Yeah.
Like right?
And then Snoop was popping at the time. He had Drop It Like It's Hot. That was big during that.
and then
era.
and then Vegas obviously followed suit.
Yeah.
And it's
Yep.
funny to me because I talk to like young DJs. And they're like, nah, that's not right. And I'm like, what do you mean that's not? I was living the shit. Like, I would come to LA and I would ask motherfuckers where are the hip hop clubs in like 2005, 2007.
There was none.
And they'd be like, yo, there isn't really. We'd be going to like weird like house clubs or like rock and, it was a lot of rock and roll
Yeah.
and shit. And they would like mix a little hip hop, but it was mostly like rock and roll.
I mean, Playhouse wasn't popping back then.
There wasn't no
Playhouse was an EDM. They were like more
they started
EDM
out-
heavy.
Yep.
They were like open. I
They started
remember
with like Vice and Scam
Yo,
and all that.
They even had the Scam Thursdays, right?
my first night
Yeah.
at Playhouse. I remember I DJ'd. They were like, "Why are you playing so much hip hop?"
Yeah.
Or like, what's the name? No, who's that promoter? I think she's from New York.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
Alicia? No.
No. I know exactly who you're talking about. I can't. think of her
Allison?
name. Allison Milnick.
Allison, yes.
Yeah.
She like tweeted or something like, "Oh my god, like the DJ's playing hip hop at Playhouse. It's amazing."
That's you.
And it was me.
It was crooked.
And I was like, "Oh, y'all just do EDM here."
Yeah.
Like y'all just EDM heavy. And it was like, when was Playhouse open? Like
I think
2000.
2009.
2009.
Yeah, so I went there and they were just like, yeah, we're more EDM. And then I got booked again, I don't know when, like years later.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, all right, so it's an EDM club. I got all this EDM ready. And then they were like, nah, play more trap. And then it became trap. I had to like,
Yeah.
who was the Russian guy that was there?
Russian Rob.
Russian Rob.
Russian Rob and Igor.
Igor, that's the motherfucker.
The little
Yo,
one.
Igor would just, I don't even know if he knows what trap meant. He's just like, trap, more trap. And I'm like, what the fuck?
That's
I'm like,
definitely Igor.
That's him, right?
Igor.
That's
Yeah.
definitely
And I'm like, every time I'm in this club, they change genres. Like I'm either too hip hop and they EDM, or now it's EDM and they're hip hop all of a sudden.
But I think that was a weird time because the music was changing so fast during that time too.
But I'm saying it came back to the rap and trap shit. I'm trying to tell you because like the house shit and like the open format shit, I don't want to say it died because it's never died, but the rap shit became more popular and lucrative for these clubs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like some of these clubs are doing 6 figures plus on
Crazy
bars.
shit.
Well,
Yeah.
it's because I feel like there was a movement going on in LA where every artist was moving to LA. It was almost like Atlanta,
No, absolutely.
right?
Because
Because it's like,
Wiz moved to LA. right? Like I think around that time when Black and Yellow blew up.
Everybody. It was
Mac
like
Miller, Wiz.
everybody was coming to LA. It was like New York was dead. It was like no one wanted to make music in New York no more. Everyone was like going to LA.
The weather, man.
And that's when
And
you had
the
all
weed.
these artists.
And the weed and the women.
The weather, weed, and we have good studios.
And y'all got good sports franchises too, right?
Yeah, that doesn't. You know, we got the Lakers, baby. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I was gonna say there was this one club, and Drake could probably attest to this one, that where I first witnessed my first bottle club service in hip hop. At the same time, was this club called My House. It was right there on La Brea and like.
This was when you were running with Diddy's son Quincy.
Yeah, when I was with Quincy. That's when I met.
'Cause don't act like you earned your way.
Oh no,
into
no,
this shit.
no! I wasn't even of age to go to My House, but we was in there.
You was like Quincy's weed carrier.
No, he had nothing to do with that.
Hey,
But
man, he was squad. He was gang.
yeah,
right?
I was just there, and then that was the first time, and it was like I want to say late 2008, early 2009, but that was the first time I've ever witnessed that, because everything else was like when I would go to the club, like the 18 and over, it was just unless you had the wristband 21 to buy alcohol at the bar, there was no real like bottle popping shit.
So you were doing all these hot spots. You were doing like, because I heard about Greystone Sundays
Greystone Sunday still jumping to this day.
till this day.
To this day.
That's a maid party, right?
Yeah, maid party still going on at night. And now it's called, well, the actual venue is called Nightingale, but
Yeah.
it used to be called Greystone.
So wait, so the venue was Greystone.
Yeah, it was called Greystone.
And then it closed.
It closed.
And became Nightingale.
Nightingale.
But they still called it Greystone
'cause-
Sundays.
Yeah, because it's still Greystone Sundays.
Because this is like epic.
You're not going to change it to Nightingale Sundays. Like,
I think
they
it
already
may-
have a brand.
I'm kind of wondering, did LA start popping off with this concept for bottle service, like hip hop shit, because of Live Sundays? A little bit. Because that's when Live Sundays was really, really popping off. And everyone wanted that Live Sunday. Look at how many artists are here and athletes are here, and it's all hip hop all night. And then LA was just like, yo, we could do that shit. Like, we could do that.
Because it's comparable, though.
It is.
Because people from, like, New York, Atlanta are going to go to Miami. That's, like, their central spot.
Yeah.
So, and then naturally people are just going to be in LA just because they're recording, doing movies, athletes, whatever it is. Awards, all that. So that just sets it up perfect. Like, you got a poppin' night, they're going to show up.
Right.
Yeah, I think Grammy weekend, the nights, the after party would always be at Greystone.
Yeah,
That was
That was like the big thing. And, like,
that was
to
like
get in was
Lil
like,
Wayne, like all this shit. Yeah,
to get in.
dude. Outside there were like girls ready to be chose to come inside.
Yeah,
like, it was
like,
crazy, bro.
That right there was like,
It was like
hard.
lineup. It was like a lineup being like, you come in. And
That
Very
was like, to me,
exclusive.
the illest era of like LA hip hop nightlife.
No, for
was
sure.
when you had Greystone Sunday, because I would see the flyers, I would see some of the recap photos and shit, and I think I was following TK, the promoter. Do you know that dude?
But no, that was TK was doing Colony.
Colony.
That was like one of the most legendary.
yeah,
like,
Colony was a shit.
Colony Mondays. It was like the residents would be like Jay Creddy, me, Mike Danger, and then like our rotating guests would be on Drama. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you I got a wild story that I gotta tell y'all. Not too many people know the story about Colony Monday. So somehow they have KRS perform at Colony Monday, which doesn't make sense. Like, but I love KRS. Like, I'm into like the rap shit, BDP. Like, I grew up on like KRS, like that, all the boom bap shit, golden era. So like, this is a bottle popping club, just like you're talking about bottle club. Like, every athlete. Talking about like there's people like Rihanna to go this shit, like
There was 2 rooms, right?
kind of. It was like the room in the back, but it was
Yeah.
like one big thing. So it's the hottest club. I'm talking about everybody's there every Monday. Somehow KRS starts performing. He's got a flash drive. He probably has like 50 songs that he's about to try to perform at Colony.
Were you DJing?
No, at this point, I think Jay Creddy might be DJing at this point because I
Who's
had
Jay
just-
Creddy?
Just incredible.
That's what you call him?
Yeah, Jay Creddy.
Jay Creddy sounds harder to say than fucking Just Incredible.
Jay Creddy. So he's DJing, right? So like we're all hanging out in the booth and like after about 15 songs, like the crowd starts turning. Like all the bottle poppers, athletes.
I know they wasn't booing
models.
KRS-One, man.
Yo, they started booing and
Wow.
they got
Started
mad.
booing KRS.
They started coming up to the DJ booth tripping like, yo, y'all better cut this shit the fuck off.
Damn, man.
Because like people spending like 3, 5, 10,000.
Yeah.
And like this is like
KRS is like South
no, peep
Bronx.
this out.
South Bronx.
The bridge is over.
But he, yo, no, he's
No,
doing
you're not
B-sides.
over.
He's like, I'm telling you, this flash drive had like 50 songs. I'm not lying to you. So everybody's tripping. I'm talking about models are coming up to the booth tripping.
Yeah.
Everybody's tripping.
What was
They're
the
like,
big song at that time? Do you remember?
Yeah, like this was like Rick Ross, BMF era,
right,
like
right.
around that time. You know what I'm
I
saying?
feel like Big Meech.
Yeah, like that time. So I'm talking about the whole club starting to turn, boo, talk shit, go crazy.
Wow.
Somebody, I'm like, I'm not gonna tell KRS to get off. Like, I'm not about to do that. Like, I got too much respect. Like, it's not my job to tell him. Somebody, I think TK might have eventually had to tell him, like, yo, you gotta cut it.
Oh, man.
Like 20 songs in, he still had a good 30 more to go. I'm not lying to you, bro. He was doing a full show, like, and then he's talking his hip hop shit, you know, preaching his hip hop shit, and they're like, they are not trying to hear the shit.
Who booked Harris when I call him? That's the
Yo,
question.
it was just like the craziest thing because, like, to me, like I said, that's like a legend, like a hero to me. So, like,
Sure.
to see that happen, I'm like, damn, like, why y'all put him in this position?
How did he handle it when they came and told him to pull the plug?
Man, he wasn't too happy about it. He just left. Like, fuck it. Like
That was
y'all
that was
lost.
payback for what he did to PM Dawn back in the days when he
Oh, there you
he,
go.
he kicked him off the stage during a performance and
That's
got on the
karma.
mic.
Karma's a bitch. Harris.
So I'm talking about even the models were mad. Like, I just remember people's faces of like how upset they were about this shit.
And
like,
this is pre Instagram and social media. So
like might have just barely started. Like IG, it was like pictures. It wasn't even videos.
yeah, it was
like
videos.
How did you feel though?
I was like,
Were you
damn.
kind of laughing at the shit, or
I
were you-
am because they're like, tell him to get off. And I'm like trying to tell Creddy. Creddy's like, I'm not about to tell him. We had to tell TK, like, yo, bro, this you're doing. You got to tell him.
Did he stick around afterwards?
No,
Or
he did
bounced?
not.
Nah, how you gonna stick
Absolutely.
around?
Yeah.
bro?
The show was over.
You're like the old dude who like fucked up the vibes for the whole night.
Yeah,
It's
like
crazy.
people were genuinely upset. I've never seen a legend be like disrespected like that.
Right. That's when TK and Nguyen was like, he was promoting. I feel like he was promoting all these spots. He was working with Hennessy.
That's a different TK. There's two TKs.
Oh, there's two TKs?
There's Asian TK.
Asian TK.
Yeah, TK.
That's what I was
That's the one
talking
you're
about.
talking
No, there's white. There's also white TK
I
who would
was
be
gonna say, I
tripping.
thought, yeah, the TK
White
was
TK would be like, TK needs a waitress, and like there's a waitress like standing right next to him, but he'll be on the mic tripping like, TK needs a waitress, just going wild.
Okay, wait, which TK are you talking about?
The white TK.
Okay, I'm talking about
Yeah,
Asian
okay, yeah, I know
TK.
TK.
TK and
yeah,
Nguyen,
that's
right?
Yeah,
when he
yeah.
was working with Hennessy or something.
Yep.
And him and Jerry Lorenzo would
Yep,
promote Greystone Sundays, I
Yep,
think
yep.
it was, right?
Absolutely.
And then, I don't know if I remember, but Greystone used to come to Vegas on Sundays and do daylight.
Right.
They like
Yeah.
have like 3 buses come out to fucking Vegas,
Yeah.
do daylight, and then after daylight they'll go back to LA and they do Greystone Sunday.
Yeah.
Yo, that's
That's
a crazy
fucking
concept.
crazy.
That's Made though, right?
That was
Yeah,
made, yeah.
made.
Made is like the Black Diamond
Yeah.
of LA, right? So
Yes.
Black Diamond in the 90s and 2000s,
Late 90s, early 2000s.
late 90s, early 2000s, they were like, it was called Black Diamond, and Black Diamond parties were like all black hip hop R&B parties, and they were the only ones who would invade the like quote unquote white
The
nightclubs,
downtown scene.
the downtown scene, but they would always take like the Sundays, right?
Yeah.
It was like, what was the Black Nights? It was like Black Diamond Nights were Sundays or like Thursdays.
I know
or
about
like,
Sundays. I forgot the other nights.
it
Maybe
would-
Thursday.
yeah. So like that's how Made is kind of, right?
Right. They do like the Sunday, Monday, Tuesday.
Shout out to Milton.
Yeah, Mill, Mark, Dev, shit.
We
Sean,
try to get them on the podcast.
Julian. Come on, man. Let me know.
What? Wait, so two of them are like they don't even. Two of them I don't.
I was trying to think of his name. It was Milton. That's what I was thinking
Milton,
about.
Mark,
yeah.
Devin are like
There's an Asian dude and one,
Mark Tongue.
Those guys, they don't even have Instagram, right?
Mark Tongue does. Marky
they?
Tongue.
They
Nah,
just don't-
Marky Tongue. It's my dog.
They don't want to be like. They were just like, no, there's no fucking way we want to go on the podcast. And then there was one dude who was like, yeah, I'm down to fucking go on and shit.
I'm surprised. Mark's a fucking genius. I love having conversations
Yeah.
with him. Smart dude.
Yeah, I was like, I wanted to speak to them because I really respect what they built here in LA because they're I don't know how many parties they're a part of. They've even
So right now, look, this is the lineup
Yeah,
because
yeah.
like they basically like they kind of manage me, they co-manage me. So it's like we have a agency called On Cue. So it's like they like co-managing me. That makes sense. So
who else is on the roster?
Is Bad on that?
He might be, because it's like a co-management thing where it's like not exclusive. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
They kind of just like manage like they manage us and they make sure we're in the rotation of like what's going on in their shit,
right?
And then whatever other opportunities that they could bring to the side. So that's why it's not exclusive. We're like, nah, you can't.
They're like a booking agency almost, right?
Almost, yeah, basically.
Is Overture down with you guys?
Yeah, he's down.
Yeah.
From what I know, I want to say he is. But you know what I'm saying? They keep a certain rotation. So they have Greystone Sunday. They have Doheny Tuesday, I think, that they're involved with. They have Hyde that they fuck with. Poppy, it was like one of their staples. Bootsy Bella Saturdays are other staples. So those are like,
And they make sure that you guys rotate.
Yeah, for the most part, but I don't do the Bootsy, but everything else.
Why don't you do Bootsy?
I have no idea.
Damn,
I have no idea.
Ray can't do Bootsy.
I don't know.
What's that? What
I
you
don't
do?
even ask questions.
Because you be smoking too much weed at Bootsy,
I
right?
don't even ask
They
questions.
don't like.
Some shit went down.
Yeah, I don't even ask questions.
You,
That room
you be
is too
sparking
small
up
for
at
Dre,
Bootsy.
though.
They don't like that shit.
I just feel like if they want to fuck with you, they're gonna fuck with you.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to like press them. Like, yo, why am I not doing it? Like,
Yeah.
if they want to fuck with me, they're gonna be like. Other than that, I don't want to feel like I'm pressing them to do it.
You be doing Poppy, right?
Yup, Fridays. They're popping right now though. Their night is Highlight with my boy Sean and them.
Highlight room?
Yeah, Highlight
Sadiq?
Wednesday, Sadiq. So they do it
Made
with
is a
Sean.
part of that.
Yeah, they're part of that with Sean and Julian.
Interesting.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
And I know Night Train's over there every Wednesday, right?
Yep.
So you're in rotation with everything on top of this, right?
Yep.
So like you
It's
DJ,
not, but I'm not. I don't do Highlight because Sadiq is like its own thing. Like they have Night Train as a resident, so
that's
like
another
its own
dude I
thing.
try to get on here. I wanted to talk to
Is he
him.
too big now?
Sean Dickerson.
Oh, I thought you said Night
Oh, I thought not.
He's too big
Fuck
now to get on.
that.
Don't worry,
Action
I'm
better
gonna
come on.
make some calls for the guys, man. I got you.
No. You know what? I respect it. You know what I'm saying? Like I respect what they do, and I respect like, you know, if I had a company that was in promotions and I was handling operations and shit like that, I wouldn't necessarily want to be in the spotlight talking about my business either. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just curious.
No,
You know what I'm saying?
Sean's a good conversation too. Like,
Yeah.
these are dudes that like we have like the craziest music conversations too. So like, I know y'all definitely will hit it off because he'll be talking some music shit and how he even came about doing the whole party. Like,
Yeah.
it's a good story.
Because there was a point when Sadiq, right, that Wednesday at Highlight Room, it was really popping, and he was kind of going off on Twitter a little bit, and a lot of DJs were like either upset or they agree with him or some. He was saying some.
I think he
outlandish
got
shit.
mad at me too one time because he thought I was subbing him, but I really wasn't subbing. Because I'm like, you're my dog. Like if I have something to say to you, like I'm
tell
gonna
you,
at you. Like
Yeah.
it was just like a lot of other things going on, and like I don't know if he tweeted something at the time. I don't know if he took it the wrong way, but that's my dog for life. But I told him like, bro, if I was gonna say something, like I'm gonna at you. We have a good enough friendship.
Yeah.
And if you follow me on Twitter, you know
Yeah.
I'm gonna at you. I'm gonna say something very direct.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna tippy toe around this shit. Like I'm gonna at you.
Dre does not fuck around.
Yeah, you
I've
see,
seen it. I've
yeah,
seen it.
you see me on Twitter.
Why
It's
you-
crazy.
Why you gassing him up right
gassing
now?
my Mexican brother, bro.
Like Tinashe got mad at me one time too. Like
Tinashe the singer.
yes,
When was
Why?
this? What year?
this was like pandemic, like right in the pandemic. I'm like, I saw her artwork. I'm like, damn, you too fucking cute. I'm like, let me buy you a fucking graphic designer for Christmas so he could like really do your artwork. Cause I'm like, I don't know what your team is doing. And she responded
tweeted
back,
this?
Yes, I tweeted it. She tweeted me back. She was just like, I'm good, thanks. Like, you know, in some sarcastic way, but she got mad and all her little Tinashe army fans was on me too. I'm just like, yo,
She have an army?
yeah, I guess so. I'm just like, yo, this shit looks so terrible.
She got like a platoon.
I'm like, you too big. Like, I'm like, you too big to like have your artwork look like this. It look like the standard, like, you know, like when you get like Microsoft Paint or whatever Word. Like,
Yeah.
like they designed it with that. I'm like, how they let that shit slide? Like you Tinashe, like the fuck?
Yeah, Dre Sinatra's a good follow on Twitter if you guys don't follow him.
Yeah, man. At Dre Sinatra.
Every time I see him on Twitter, he's talking about sports or some shit, or You're just like you're like a I don't know, like a thought whisperer. You just know.
Yes, that was just
Right? You know the ins and outs of the thought world pretty much.
Oh,
Because you're throwing out shit like that. I'm like, oh wow, that happens.
Yeah, for sure.
He's like, yeah. I love Dre. I understand.
It's like when I see you on Twitter, it's either sports or the thought whisperer. And then I talk to these dudes. We're putting our notes together and shit. And I didn't know you was on the reality show.
Oh man,
For the Love of Ray J.
That's a super throwback. Yeah, it's a super throwback. I really don't talk about it, but it's all.
But
good.
it's dope. It's like
It's just like it happened. It was like a part of my life. You know what I'm saying? It was like fun while that shit happened.
Yeah, that's
One thing I like about Ray J is like whatever he did, he's like, yo, we're gonna put you on. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
how did you link up with him?
Through one of my boys. Like, he grew up with Ray J. And this was like right when the Kim K video was about to come out. He was just like hiding out, just playing video games. We went to his crib. He's just like, yeah, one day I might need you to DJ for me. And Sexy Canine came out. And
So this must have been like what, 2007?
yeah, probably about
Yeah.
I was gonna ask you what era did you link up with Ray J?
right when the video was about to come out. And like
I was thinking,
Yo.
wait a minute, Ray
I was
J.
banking on one.
Oh, wait a minute. So that was like 02 Ray J.
This is like, I met him, like I said, this is before Sexy Canine was done. This was like I said, the video was like about to come out. Like people didn't really know about it.
The big song.
Yeah,
The song was big, but
was
the
a big
video
song.
was, I mean, the movie was even bigger.
And that's
Yeah.
what I wanted.
the home film.
I want to ask you: did he talk about the tape?
We talked about it a little bit, and I'm like, here's the funny shit. I was like, yo, I need an advanced copy, and he just happened to have an advanced copy because I'm like, yo,
Pause.
I was like, I gotta see Kim, dog.
That's
I
major
gotta see Kim, dog. At the time, she was bad. I'm like,
I was like, yo, I gotta see what you working with Ray J.
nah, I'm like, I want you to like this, like,
Yeah.
yeah. Come on, man.
Just blow yourself out.
Tell me something. Y'all didn't watch the video?
I did.
You know what? I've never seen it
I did.
to this day.
You seen it?
I've watched it. Yeah.
You seen it?
Of course,
of
bro.
course.
I was 17 when that shit
See?
dropped.
I
was
had to
like, what
watch
is
it.
this?
Like, you know what I mean? I just was like,
Download that shit on LimeWire.
I gotta see it.
Was you coming to Vegas at all during that time? Because I forgot.
Yeah, absolutely.
He was a part of. Do you guys remember
Yeah.
Poetry Nightclub?
Yep, that was
Poetry.
coming.
Poetry.
Yeah,
at
with
Caesars?
Francis.
Yeah,
With
yeah,
Francis.
yeah.
Ray J ended up being a part owner.
Yeah, so check this out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you some dumb shit I did out there too. Like, this is when, like, remember I was telling you about the open format, the LMFAO shit was popping, right? So I'm going to Vegas. This is my first time at that club. I have like a set prepared. I never even prepared.
Wait, did you do what I did at Playhouse?
Yes. So check this out. Check this out, yo. I fucking have this set ready, like this open format set. I jump on after friends and
What year is this?
This had to be like 2007 or 8.
yeah. Like,
Wait. So what are the songs though in this? What did you put?
Yeah.
You gotta remember.
we gotta
You
be
gotta
talking-
it might
remember the
have been
song.
like it might have
Shots.
been like some like
Nah,
yeah,
Shots
with
was
something
way
within
later.
those realm, right? So
Or maybe not. Maybe not.
I'm
even
playing
Shots.
like
I'm
one,
in Miami, bitch.
yeah, something like that. So like I probably play one song, right? Trying to get it. I'm about to feel myself. Ray J gets on the mic like, stop the music, Dre. What the fuck are you doing, yo? I swear to God, I was so fucking embarrassed. Francis remembers the story too. I'm like, oh my.
Did he
God.
warn you? Or
No,
he didn't know what you were gonna do.
No, you know.
So you didn't talk to nobody.
Yeah, I didn't talk to nobody. Like, this is my first time.
You were just
there.
like, this is Vegas.
Yeah,
I
I'm
know
like,
how they do.
Yeah. So I'm like, yeah.
You're like, I've seen Vice. I've seen these dudes.
After that, I never prepared a set again for a club like that, and now I just read the crowd. But I just was like so set, like I'm gonna get my Vegas shit off.
Yeah.
And boy, did Ray J shut me down. One song.
'Cause that was literally the only club in Vegas at the time that was playing
yeah,
hip-hop.
exactly.
That was it.
My stupid ass comes in fucking playing like this fucking up tempo shit.
I remember when I walked in. So Poetry, the nightclub, right?
It was a movie.
It was in the Forum Shop.
Yeah, it was
Which-
literally
yeah.
in the mall.
Which was in one of the most prestigious hotel casinos in
Yeah.
Vegas on the strip, which is Caesars.
Yeah.
Yep.
So when you go into Caesars and you go into Forum Shops, there's like all these like high end like retail
Louis
stores,
Vuitton.
Louis Vuitton, Dolce
Vuitton.
Gabbana,
There's
Gucci.
everything. So
Tiffany.
like So like you're walking in, and then all you see is just like a bunch of black people and just everybody, like all these hip hop characters walking through this casino, and I'm like,
and the line would be stupid.
All dressed up.
yeah, and this
Stupid.
is during a time when
It's the shiny shoes era.
Yeah.
and we're gonna talk about that. But this is during the time when you never really see black crowds on the strip in Vegas. So when I saw black crowds going to like in the forum shops, I'm like, yo, what's going on?
Yeah.
Because you didn't really see black crowds back then.
Not at all.
And then you go into this, and I went to the club, and I was like, it was hood as fuck. It was like
Yeah.
they were playing all this hip hop.
Like you said, it was a movie.
I think that's the first time I met Frenzen
Yep.
for the first time.
I used to open for him on Sundays.
Yeah.
So like I saw it firsthand. Like that spot would be insane. I mean, it was open Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, but Sunday night was just stupid.
That was the big night.
Yeah.
That shit was.
So was that like Ray J's favorite club?
Yeah, at that time, yeah. It was the fucking spot to be at. You
He
know what
part
I'm saying?
owned that
Like,
shit, so.
yeah, it was the spot to be. Just like you said, like it was just something different. Like there was nothing like that. Like if you like hip hop rap, that was where you want to hear like Jeezy, Lil Wayne, like all that golden.
It was
era
gritty.
rap.
It was
Yeah,
gritty.
Well,
in
the
the
spot
soul.
wasn't a large venue at all. Like
Nah, but it was a movie though.
yeah.
It was great because you don't expect that on the strip. It was really early at that time.
Yeah.
Because even I was shocked. I was appalled. I was like, yo, what's going? This is crazy. This is gritty, yo.
Yeah.
It was. Wait, why did it shut down? Something happened.
No, so the owner of the club, I think you might notice, the owner of the club sued Caesars because they started doing some grimy shit to him. Like it would be like a packed club, and then all of a sudden the AC would stop working.
Damn.
And so after a while, he actually put in these big ass industrial fans in the club because there was no AC. But it was like, I think he sued and won for over like $20-30 million because it was like a racism lawsuit that he filed
I
against them.
believe it.
Yeah.
You see what they did to Jay-Z's 40/40 club, right?
Yeah.
Before it even opened.
And what they would also do is they would shut down the doors to the forum shop so people couldn't get in.
Yeah.
So like no one would know how to get in. It was just some real crazy shit.
They really
man.
did that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. But
Wait,
he
so
won.
how did Ray J become a partner in that club? Do you know?
I have no idea.
Wait, I want to know. So you linked up with Ray J in what year? Like you went to his crib and he was playing video games?
Yeah, he was playing video games.
2007 when your video dropped.
And what?
So like probably around
2007?
2007.
Yeah.
Like early 2007.
I was in high school when it
2006.
dropped.
And what were you do? You were DJing what?
I was just DJing for like other groups and like the Lean Like a Cholo cat had done shit for him.
Oh,
shit.
no way.
How about that song?
Yo.
Was that a?
Can we talk about this, please?
I
Lean
met
like a
this dude-
cholo.
Yo, I met this dude at the Latin rap conference.
Why you trying to mumble that shit?
I met him
Speak
at
out
the
your chest.
Yo, what was his name again? I apologize.
Down.
I forgot it. Down,
So
aka Kilo.
I meet this dude in New York, right? He has a CD. This is like a year or two before it came out.
You was in New York?
Yeah, I was in New York. I was at the Latin rap conference out there. So
Wait, the Latin rap conference?
yeah, it was called a Latin rap conference.
What is that? Have you heard
I
of
don't
that?
know.
Never heard of that before.
How many people showed up?
I was
How many was big? It
This
a
wasn't
big
like when
conference?
Poco Spittle Locos was like still like kind of like going on at that time.
What is this?
Who was that? Cypress Hill?
Yo, do you know what Poco Spittle Locos is?
Yeah.
What is that?
The Big Bad Network.
Bro, I haven't fucking
It was
heard
like
that
Fools
name.
Gone Wild on radio before
Yeah.
fucking like the essay rap, like the Cholo rap, like Lil Rob, like
Yeah.
that type
MB
of shit.
Riders.
MB Riders, like
I don't know any of this.
some real LA shit. That's some
Like I
real
said, I
LA
just know
shit.
Cypress
it's
Hill.
like some West Coast shit, like Southwest, like regional.
What was like? Give me a big song.
Summer Nights,
Yeah.
Little Rob, Summer Nights, and
MB Riders.
yeah.
Yeah, Summer Nights was huge.
You've heard
Summer Nights was huge for
Summer
sure.
I've never heard of Summer Night.
Never heard of them.
When the sun goes down.
Little Rob.
That shit.
Never heard of Lil
Summer
Rob.
Summer Nights.
It's a big. That was a
If you've
big.
ever
Dude, I
been
was-
to San Diego, dog,
Feeling,
you
I
guys
would-
have heard
feeling
this.
all right.
Yeah.
Even
right there
LA.
by the what he says?
And by the Pacific,
Pacific, to be specific. Yeah, bro.
That's a fucking-
MB Riders. Wait till you hear MB Riders.
Cook it. If you ain't never heard this shit, Cook it, you gonna laugh.
I forgot what song he sampled.
Fingers, shot my dog fingers on the beat.
This sound like Childish Gambino.
I feel good.
Feel all right.
Good in the summer night. Oh!
This is nice.
You got to hold on.
Here goes the chorus.
When the sun goes down,
Yeah, I heard of that.
ready to party.
I never heard this before.
Ain't nothing like them summer nights.
I like it.
Wait to the raps, bro. Raps.
Yo, right?
It's
Don't
real-
don't make me deep dive on
Little
on
Rob.
Cholo rap
Yeah.
and fucking in the
MB
2000s.
Riders is another big group, massive group. And-
Well, I want to hear him rap. I want to hear him
oh,
rap.
here we go.
polished up the chrome, called the R.O.A.D on the phone, let her know I'm home alone.
Yeah, that's just sound Cholo now. Hell, motherfucker. For real.
That polished up the chrome.
That song was fucking.
That shit is dope though. So it was just like laid back shit like that, or
Yeah.
I mean, there was other ignorant shit too.
Give me an ignorant one. I want to hear an ignorant one.
Nah, there was no like crazy.
Give me like a
You'd have to look like Mr.
All the big ones was
Mr. Criminal's from Silver Lake.
All the big songs was like barbecue, like that kind of vibe.
Mr. Capone was
on
big.
a Sunday.
He had
Still
shit
does
with
his
Chris
shit.
In the
Dog.
whip. Yeah.
Shout Mr. Capone.
MB Riders. Yeah.
Damn, Cholos are like mad peaceful, man. They making all
If you put MB Riders.
Yeah, put one MB Rider song.
MB Riders.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
It's like T-Pain-y, huh?
Yeah, this is before T-Pain though.
Oh, it is before.
Yeah,
T-Pain?
this is on talk. This is on the talk box.
So it's like cameo. It's like cameo.
Like to Roger Zapp shit.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Ready?
Check this out.
Something about this pretty girl.
Man.
Blows my mind.
Yo. This is dope.
This is the only rap we've had in the West Coast for a long time.
So this is like 2002.
Oh, yeah.
2003, 2002, yeah.
I want to hear the rap.
Oh, in Spanish.
The Big Bad Network. Pocos pero locos.
You know what? Like the music's dope, but like the motherfuckers making the music, they just look old as fuck. They look like super old.
They were just homies.
You know what I'm saying?
They were just homies.
Essays.
So you connected with Down in New York?
Yeah, so he gave me a CD. He had like everywhere, like Cocaine, Too Short, Snoop Dogg. Like I'm like, he has a lot of features. He was like an essay, so I'm like, I gave him my number. I said, whenever if you were real serious and you make pop off, hit me. He hits me like a year later, like, yo, I just dropped some shit, lean like a cholo. Come DJ for me on TV. So it's like, all right, fuck it, why not?
What TV was it?
It was like Univision. Like,
Univision.
Oh shit!
it's somewhere on YouTube. I seen it too, but I'm right there and I'm like just laughing.
With the White Pro Club?
No, I'm with the. It's like I probably lean like a cholo shirt.
Oh
and
shit!
some fucking Lokes and a fucking LA hat. It's on.
You gotta
it's
put that on the
YouTube.
resume, bro. I don't
Yeah.
want to see Ray J and Ty Dolla and no Down.
So he called me and I was like, "Fuck it, let's do it." We went on a little run. It was cool.
Yo, that song really popped off though.
No, it did. Ringtones.
I feel like it was huge in Texas.
Ringtones.
Ringtone is
Ringtones and singles. He went platinum
Wow.
on both. That's when like you can go platinum on ringtones.
Oh wow.
That Lean
was
Like
the
a
time.
Cholo was popping in Vegas.
It was.
Also.
Yeah,
huge
like the whole
playing that.
Southwest, like that shit was big from like even from the Midwest. I would want to say from like Iowa
Chicago. Down.
That was like Uno before
all
Uno.
to the left.
Yeah,
bro.
I played that and then I played Uno.
That shit was a fucking
Yeah,
massive
but Uno's
song,
by
bro.
this black kid.
I know, but just the energy of it.
You had kids fucking doing the dance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
You had,
a big.
you, had
It
white,
was a big.
you had white girls in Vegas doing the dance.
No, it was a big thing, bro.
Yeah.
Like I'm trying to tell you, like that shit was a fucking phenomenon, but was only one.
Say that with your chest next time.
Only one.
I
Bro.
did.
I feel like does he still perform that?
Shit, I'm not sure.
Probably.
He's not calling Dre for that.
Yeah, he's not calling me.
Yo,
Shout out to him though for giving me the opportunity.
Yeah.
I also believed in him enough to be like, here's my number. I meet a lot of people, but something like when somebody's serious about this shit, like I sense that in him. I'm like, I could tell he's serious. So that's why I was like, yo, if when it's your time, call me.
so he
Call
knew
me a year later.
So did he know of you already, or are y'all linked?
Yeah,
up
he
there?
kind of knew of me because I was from Cali too. So we're both in New York, like grinding, trying to figure out the Latin rap conference,
Yeah.
which is a real thing. It
That's
was a
crazy.
real thing. So yeah, it was.
As soon as he said Focus Better Look, I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, it was like that type of shit. Like those type of people were out there because that shit was in New York for a second. They had it on in New York for a second.
I didn't even know that.
So they was like trying to bring like all the Latin rappers together and like just
Wait,
mix
so
it up.
how much were you getting paid at that time to do a show
Fuck.
for Lean Like a
That's
Cholo?
a good question, bro.
I'm just trying to wonder, like, cause you
like $300-400 at the
Per
time.
show.
Yeah, and he was flying me wherever he went. It was like an experience. Like, fuck it, I'm gonna go. Why not?
at the height of that song.
Yeah.
How did the travel arrangements change and shit? Did it ever change? Did it like the hotels get better? You know what I'm saying? Like, did you see a change
He went from coach to first class.
Yeah. Did
No,
any-
because that happened to me later on with different artists, but not at that time. It was like an upgrade for where I came from.
So where did you come?
Artists.
Yeah,
it was these other artists named T Weapon who had like a Latin song too. So like they had a song that came out with Pitbull. Like some of those, I flew myself out there. Like I was just like, yo, I'm gonna come do it. Like just to get
on the resume.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I was hungry. Like fuck it, we got show Miami.
So you were coming out of pocket to DJ for the artist.
Absolutely. In the beginning.
Wait, who's the artist?
T Weapons.
T Weapons.
They had a song called Meet. They're from New York. These cats from New York, but
I mean, you putting me onto so much good shit. I gotta hear it now.
yeah, but they were cool. Like they could really spit, but they just happened to put this Spanish.
Mira,
song
Mira.
on.
What's the song? What was
Mira, Mira.
Mira, Mira.
Yeah.
I was raised in a slum, that's the barrio. If you heard me on the radio, that's the radio. See, I came to make a change, that means cambio. Now we got trusting and all sweating.
First time hearing this.
That's a napkin. Capitan means I'm captain. Que lo que pasa means what's happening.
And Pitbull jumping on this form like just took it over the next level. So they started traveling like they was getting looks everywhere because Pitbull was kind of hot at that time.
So there was no kind of Latin music scene on the West Coast. Like you had to go to Miami and shit. And the East Coast, like
it was like the reggaeton.
It sounds like
the
that,
reggaeton
right?
shit was just starting,
bubbling,
kind of.
right?
Like, it was just barely bubbling at the time, and like they didn't want to be like too reggaeton because they could actually spit and rap.
Yeah, I mean the beat sounds reggaeton.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like they just got lucky with that. I don't want to say got lucky, but whatever Faith had it in their plan for them to have that song which popped off. And that was like my first little experience of like traveling and doing festivals and shit for radio.
So you flew yourself out there.
I did.
Wait, how did y'all link up?
At Power 106, Gusto.
Okay, Gusto introduced y'all.
Gusto was doing the board op shit, and we went to go meet Gusto, and they were outside freestyling. We linked. I was making beats at the time, so we just linked up like that. And I was like, "Yo, I'm gonna come fuck with y'all." And they needed a DJ, so shit.
And they were like, "We ain't got no budget, but if you want to fly out,
fuck it, why not?"
So then
I was hungry.
So then
I had a cool job.
yeah.
I had a good job at the time. Like,
what were you doing?
I was fucking home loans. I was doing like home loans. So I had a good job. Like shit, I can go fly myself out. Like
you was doing home loans?
Yeah, shit. That was
you was like in a button up with like the pager on the side and shit, or
nah, I wasn't like that. I worked for the biggest company, so like I was getting all my business to me. I have to go like hustle nobody or talk crazy. Like everything was coming.
You was just
me.
getting leads coming in.
Yeah, to my plate. Like
That's
boom, boom,
crazy.
boom.
So then you fly to Miami, you do this gig, right? And then they just start touring more. And then were you paying for your trips everywhere, or they started paying you after a while?
At some point, they started including me when they could.
Yeah.
But then, like I said, regardless, I was just wanting to be around.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
But you got your first taste.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, I want to do this shit. Like, I already knew I was want to do it, but like that was like the first opportunity to like really do it on a level.
So you wanted to be an artist tour DJ, or you wanted to just DJ, no matter whatever the fuck it was?
Both. I wanted to be able to do both.
Wow.
Like have my life and like do like my shit and like still be able to go work with an artist.
So you, in your head, you didn't think, oh, I'm gonna start DJing full time, right? Or you did?
I always wanted to do it as a kid, but I didn't know it was like
possible.
Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
So you were doing home loans,
My
right?
dad gave me a speech. He's right around that time. He said, "Yo, you always start some shit." He's like, "Finish it." He's like, "Whatever it is you're gonna do it." He's like, "Whatever makes you happy," because he saw me like I was working a job, waking up early, and still flying out. So like I'll fly out every weekend and like still making back my Monday. You know what I'm saying? So he was just like, "Yo, if you're gonna do it, do it." And I was like, all right, I'm going to give myself 1 year. And then that 1 year, it almost ended up. And that's when the Ray J shit happened. You know what I mean? And it was like, it was meant to be.
Was the Ray J shit the turning point where you was like, okay, I can give up my day job?
Yep. That was when I was like, fuck it. I'm in now. That's what I said. And like, he's a good dude.
Yo.
He was a good dude. So like, he always tried to help me out. Like, introduce me to this guy. If he can get me in the club to DJ here, he's going to do it. Like, he's always solid. You know what I mean? As far as like, whatever he could do to put me on. He's got a TV show. I'm going to put you on.
Yeah.
I'm doing something. I'm going to put you on. So like, that like, gave me the confidence. Like, I'm going to just do this. Fuck it.
Bro,
And made a good decision. Like, I was investing in myself. You know what I mean? Like, I fucked my credit up, like, I had good credit. Like, when I quit my job, I had good credit, everything. I fucked it all up.
Because you were living off credit cards
Yeah,
for
I was
that
living
1
on
year.
credit cards. We would, like, with my manager, I would start one day, like, we're going to meet Snoop in the morning, and after we leave Snoop, we're gonna go meet Suge, even though they don't get along, because my boy like grew up with them. So like that's what my day I would come from Palmdale, go over there, do a whole fucking day like that, going back and forth, or like just bringing weed for Snoop, hanging out in the studio until like that Ray J shit really popped off.
Oh wow!
This is around blue carpet treatment time.
Okay. Yeah.
So you were in that circle. You
Like
just
the
trying to
Akon
get in.
shit,
You
even
just,
with Akon too, like
Wow.
that around that whole time, like all that time, like I was around.
so you were like
around all
you were
that.
just like an errand dude kind of.
We were just like, no, we weren't even Aaron dude. We were just like the homies, like just coming to smoke weed because like we had good weed, and like my boy just fucking
Somehow
knew the
he had
right
good weed
people.
from Palmdale.
He knew the right people, yeah. Like he just knew the right people.
So you got in those rooms because of weed.
bro, because the weed.
Shouts to
You know what I'm
weed.
saying?
That must be some really good weed.
Absolutely, we're connoisseur. You know what I'm saying? Like, and just being around Snoop, Akon, all that shit. This is like, it opened my eyes, like how to move, how they take it serious, and how people have jobs and do certain things, and how I could fit into the scheme of something.
So so I'm curious. You're in this world and you're trying to fit in, right? In your head, like in your head, you're like how can I get in? Like, were you thinking of just?
I was
ways?
patient. I
You
was
just-
never thirsty. You know what I'm saying? I was at things fall into place. Just like the down shit happened, give him my number a year later. The Ray J shit, give him my number a year later. Like, I was in the right places at the right time, being seen. So that's why I was like, if I stick with it, it's gonna work out. But I gotta stick with it every day. I gotta wake up every day and do this shit. Like, we're taking an hour drive every day to do this
Yeah,
shit.
Palmdale's not close.
Yeah, we're doing this shit every day. We might not have much money, but we got weed. We got enough to fucking get back and gas and food, and we all putting it together. All we gotta do is come with the weed. And we're the homies and just hanging out.
Man.
Wow.
The best approach of life.
And I was never like, oh, I'm a DJ, like put me on. It's just like,
Right,
no,
right,
I'm just
right.
being around, just meeting this guy and that guy, and just being in the right place.
Jesus.
Fucking.
I don't know if I could have done that for a whole year.
Yeah.
Wait, what's that guy from The Office? John Krasinski?
Kavinsky.
Krasinski, who directed the Quiet Place?
Yes.
Yeah,
His story is he moved to New York and he gave himself 1 year to make it as an actor.
Yep.
And I think the day, like probably like 10 months or 11 months in, he called his mom and said, you know, I'm gonna come home. Like I'm done. Like nothing's popping here. And she said, you know what? Just stick with it. Just stick with it for like finish the year. And he got The Office.
It's crazy.
Damn.
Dude,
But it's like that reminds me of your story.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, it was like, I didn't want to live with the what if, woulda,
Yeah.
coulda. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like, I'd rather know, like, I failed and I tried. And I don't want to be that guy like, man, I could have done this. I could have done that. Like,
Right.
That coulda
I couldn't
been
live
me.
with. I couldn't live with that. Like, I couldn't live with myself if I left that out there for the world to like, damn, woulda, coulda, shoulda. Like, that shit would have hurt me.
yeah, I kind of did the same thing when I moved to Vegas. I gave myself 1 year. I was like, if this shit don't come work, I just come back to LA. But it's that 1 year kind of. I think I got it from like Kevin Hart. He said some shit about his mom giving him 1 year to do the stand up comedy and she'll pay his rent. And then
Shit,
it
I
popped
wish
up.
I had that.
I know, that's
That's
nice.
a fucking vibe.
Yeah, and then but yeah, that was the one thing that I thought, I'm like, okay, let's just do 1 year, and that's enough time to figure if this is it or not. But it should
It
usually
took
work
you
out.
like 2 years though. Why you stayed another year?
Because I had the podcast going. The podcast doing well. We started making money off the
ain't,
podcast.
you ain't really popped to the third year actually.
No, but the podcast.
But there was
started-
progress enough for him
Yeah.
to stay. Like,
I was like-
damn, I'm not a deadbeat. You
Yeah, I
know?
was just like, oh shit, there's some shit here. Let's just keep
I'm just
grinding
fucking
at
with
it.
you. I think you did good for your first year.
No, but the first year of the podcast, we really didn't make money. So I was trying to, I was selling sneakers, reselling shit, flipping shit. But then after that 1 year, we started making money. I was like, all right, cool. There's something here.
Yo,
So let's
but
just keep
be,
going.
be real. Tell him your desperation. You were so desperate for gigs.
Oh no, yeah, I was.
He was like trying to bribe motherfuckers with sneakers for gigs.
Fuck
So he's
it.
like, they'd be like, because he's the plug.
Yeah.
So these motherfuckers would be like, yo, you got the new whatever
I was
Jordan 1?
Hey, you got to get it how you
You got to
can,
do what you
man.
got to do.
And then he was like, yo, man, like, what about a gig though? You can give me a gig.
I'll hook you up, but let me see what you can do for
Yeah,
me.
dog. You
And then
gotta
these
figure it
motherfuckers
out.
call me like, yo, why is Jamie?
Why is he swapping gigs for
Why is he swapping gigs for shoes? Are you not schooling this motherfucker not to move like this? And I fucking yelled at him. I fucking
Yeah.
reamed him out.
Yeah, to
for
be the
that
big
shit.
homie.
Yeah, he had to be my OG. But again, it was one of those things where you're like in desperation mode. You just don't know. You're trying to figure it out.
I went in. I was like, yo, there's no shortcuts in this, man.
He let all the anger out that day. I was like, all right, cool, got it. After that, I was like, all right. But yeah, that 1 year shit is usually what. I don't know. There's something about just thinking 1 year and then that 1 year just turns into 2 and then you just.
It was a 1 year Sexy Can I popped off and you started touring with Ray J.
That shit was a movie. Now that's when the movie started.
Sexy can I just pardon my manners? Girl, how you shake it, gotta play it like it's a Kodak moment. Let me go and get my camera. All I wanna know is
the real movie. Not the home movie.
Did you keep commuting or you decided to just move down to LA full time?
Yep, I moved down to LA full time. I moved with my cousin, but at that time we was just moving and traveling so much, like, and this is like before Instagram, and every girl wanted to be the next Kim K. So it was like,
there's a bunch more tapes out there.
Imagine like this, man.
Yeah, you was on that show, bro.
Look at his face. You gotta watch the YouTube video. Look at his face.
Like at that point, every girl saw Kim K blow up. So they like, Ray J could put me on, right?
Absolutely. And when we go everywhere, it wasn't like when I work with certain artists, it's like a certain demographic. It's like from the old 50-year-old woman and guy to like the 18-year-old girl and guy. Like the range was so crazy of like how big the video and the song were. Like of really being a star, like you get recognized everywhere, and like not every artist is like that. There's some artists like, yeah, you get recognized and some people know, but this is like the range of people that knew him at that time because that fucking video is so big. Pause, but you know what I'm saying?
Wait, you talking about the sex tape?
The sex tape, you know, and
I'm talking about. I was thinking the video tape for the song. The song was big.
The song it was the top 10 song of that year, and it was independent. This was Koch.
Oh, it was independent.
Wow, Koch, Shaq, and I think Wack.
Did it go platinum?
Absolutely.
Wow.
Oh yeah, did Wack 100 executive produce that, right?
Something like that. It was like Shaq, Koch, and Wack 100.
Like Shaquille O'Neal?
Yeah, Shaquille O'Neal.
I didn't know Shaq had anything to do with it.
Yeah, he did.
What the fuck has Shaq got to do with that?
He was an investor.
I didn't even know Wack 100 produced music.
Yeah, that's how he got.
I don't think he produced it. Detail produced the song.
Oh, okay, but he was involved with the label.
I mean,
he was involved with like
executive producer doesn't really produce the song.
Yeah, say yo, move this hat.
He was involved with it, like like
I didn't even know he was like involved
together,
with
like probably putting the deal together or something like that. But he has something to do with it for sure. But yeah, that's how that song came about. And that shit was one of the biggest songs.
I remember it was because Throw It in the Bag was big and it was around the same time. Because I used to always play that shit around Throw It in the Bag and shit.
It's like 86, 80.
Wait,
that song took me far. I love that song.
So that's when everything changed.
That's when everything changed.
Everything changed.
I was on a run with him because we were doing TV.
How long was the run? How long was that run?
Like that was like at least a good 3, 4, 5 year run.
Wow.
Damn, man.
Because
we're doing the TV
for one song.
No, but then the TV shit kicked in.
Oh.
So like, you know what I'm saying?
Wait. So wait.
He didn't even want to put it like this. This is why I stopped working for artists like at the time because he was doing music as a hobby. Like he does music like because like
sporadical.
Yeah, how he wants to do it. He's rich already. So one time I asked him like, yo, you don't want to travel to Europe and like go overseas or anything like that? And he's like, I'm rich. Like I don't got to. Like I want to smoke good weed. I want to eat good food.
I want to fuck, cute girls.
Yeah, he's gonna do that regardless of where he was going. But to him, it was just about the comfort. Like I want to be in like my area, smoke, be at my crib. I don't have to go tour. Like I don't need the money.
Ray J's a goat, man.
You know what I'm saying? Like that was his perspective. Like to me, I'm like, fuck, I want to go tour.
Because that's the DJ in you that just wants to be like,
But at the same time, like I wasn't comfortable just being like the friend, being around. Like when I first started, like then I started having my aspirations and my own thing of like, I want to go do this on my own. Like if you're not going to do music, I'm going to go do the clubs. And I don't want to just be known as Dre Sinatra, Ray J's DJ, even though that's how I got started. I had to like move myself away from that and just be like, this is just Dre Sinatra. Right. Not this is such and such tour DJ, which it doesn't bother me, but like still, like I just want to be my own guy.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like that's why I stopped working with him. It was never like a fallout, like anything like that. Like I could have stayed doing just being around and like made a living off of that, but I didn't feel comfortable like just being around and like just that I just had higher goals and aspirations
It's
for
the
myself.
Mexican in
It's
you,
rough.
bro.
It's like I remember I was speaking with D'Angelo's road manager. D'Angelo's, obviously he was making music. He wasn't doing shit for like I don't know how long, decade,
Like a good 10 years.
Long
a
time.
good decade. And then the whole time he's telling me like, yo, like the whole band, the producer, everyone's just waiting for D'Angelo to be ready to tour. And he was just
Chilling.
like, I'm ready. I'm just waiting on D'Angelo. So you end up like not really, you know what I'm saying? Like you said, not having your own identity, and you're reliant on this one artist
Absolutely.
for your bread and butter.
So I stopped doing it.
When did you stop doing it?
Shit, I want to say maybe like 2012, maybe 11.
And then you started doing the clubs heavy.
Then I went straight into like club mode, like every fucking club. I was doing like every club you could think of. And then Colony was like a big step for me too, because like I said, everybody was there from like Rihanna, Dr. Dre, Whitney Houston, like anybody could come on any given Monday. So like that was like a big step that opened like a lot of other clubs for me to do everything.
Were you ready for the clubs?
I was ready for it.
You was ready?
I was ready for it at that time. I was ready.
I remember I saw you DJ. One of my first times seeing you DJ like a full set was at Toxic.
Yeah, see,
On
like I was
Saturday.
doing the toxic shit and shit.
That
like
shit was
like,
crazy.
What's
crazy.
toxic? What is that?
It was like one of the big. Oh, you go for it.
It was on a Saturday. It was called Toxic Saturdays, and then it was daytime party, and it was outdoor at where Momo used to throw his everyday people at
Jardine?
Jardine or whatever. It's called Lyra at the time, and yeah, that was just like mayhem, bro. Like you had everybody from all the fucking rappers, Rihanna smoking blunts. It was insanity. Drake taking shots. It was like
Rihanna was out there, huh?
no Rihanna, bro. Rihanna used to party heavy in LA.
No, for sure. She used to.
She used to be in the hood spots too.
I'll tell you a good Rihanna story too. Like she was behind me one time. I was DJing early, and she was by herself. She was like dressed down, like a dress, and like her hair like bangs down. I didn't even know it was her the whole night, because I go to the after hours later on, and I see her clothes. I'm like, oh shit, that was you the whole time? She just had a beard in her. Like, yeah, that was just me. She would go to the club like 10:30, 11:30.
Just
By
hang out.
herself.
Just vibe, yeah. Or like
By
stay.
herself?
Yeah, by herself. No security, nobody.
No, yep. Or sometimes just stay till like 3 a.m. Like
Just smoking
have
blunts
a
with
good
everybody.
time. Like just lit.
What was she? What do you think? What she was just hanging out? You think she was studying the music and the reactions and shit?
Nah, she was hanging.
She was
out.
hanging
Just
out.
hanging out?
She was, because she would leave and come back. This was like the same night she went to go meet with Leonardo DiCaprio and came back, and like crazy shit, like soccer players, and come back. But she was always cool. Like she wanted weed, shit. Here's weed.
Yeah,
she
bro.
wanted other shit.
I've seen her roll a blunt.
She's one of the coolest motherfucking like female supposedly divas that I've ever met. Like the most like humble, like drink beer.
Yeah.
Smoke
I've heard that
fucking
about-
OG. Like
I heard that.
coolest person. Like I met some people, but like I fuck with Rihanna for her just being as cool as she was and being
Yeah.
as big as she was. Like I said, just chilling by herself.
She was in the hood spots, like everything,
Yeah,
bro.
Like she was super dope.
I heard a
Rihanna.
story about her at Rhino. She got real wrecked. She went in the bathroom and threw up everywhere. She splattered all over the toilet and everything. And then she told like, the dude running this like Rhino, and she was like, yo, my bad. Like he's like, I'll just have maintenance clean the shit. She's like, no, give me the mop and all the shit. I'll clean my own mess. So she was like, she was on her hands and knees, like cleaning her own throw up and vomit off in the
Rihanna,
girls'
dog.
bathroom.
I
And,
fuck Rihanna.
and she cleaned up all that shit.
Yeah.
And he was shocked. He was like, he felt bad. He's like, no, we'll clean it. She's like, nah, it's my mess. I'll clean it up. She cleaned the whole shit up.
That's fire, man.
Yeah.
I'm
I think
surprised.
Toxic Saturdays was what kind of developed the idea for Penthouse, because Penthouse is at in a bigger space, is much more glitz and glamours and more production. But Toxic, I don't think there would be a Penthouse if the Toxic Saturdays just didn't take off the way they did back in the day.
It had a good run though, and I was able to be like the resident. So like the dope shit about that was like he said everybody would be in there, and like just to have that spot, but I could still represent the city. You know what I mean? Still play like the West Coast shit. Like yeah, I'm gonna still play like the young California shit, but I'm gonna still play like the South and the East Coast
Yeah,
shit. Like I'm not
Future.
gonna be stuck on just like one thing. Like you're gonna get everything from me, and if I play your song, it's gonna fucking go. Like I wasn't just playing anybody's shit. Like people be like, how much to play a song? Like bro, you couldn't fucking give me a number right now to play a song. Like
Yeah.
if in the moment, if everybody's in the building and like there's a certain situation and it's such a movie, I don't care how much you're talking about. I'm not playing your fucking song. it's not gonna fuck up the vibe. And when I play a song, I want people to really be like, yo, what the fuck is this? Like, if he's playing it, it's gotta be something.
I heard you recently, maybe like the beginning of 2020. I heard you at Playhouse. Is that possible?
Yes.
Yeah. I heard you at Playhouse. I forgot what night it was. Could have been a Thursday or something.
Probably Thursday.
And then you sounded really good. Like you sounded really, really good. And you were playing a bunch of LA shit that I don't even know. This is probably when Blue Bloods Clan was like
Barely jumping.
Yeah. And
early on that.
Yeah.
You call me that night, you're like, yo, Dre Sinatra just knows his shit in that room.
Yeah, because I was like,
Like,
there's no way I could do this room because you need to know those Cali anthems.
Right.
Like, but some of them are real deep. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're not crossover. It's like if you in the city,
it's like regional shit.
Yeah, it's if you have to know what's going on in the city to really drop that shit.
And the dope thing is, like, I'm not even gonna put names out, but there's DJs that always hit me, like when they come do gigs, like, yo,
yeah,
like, what's the shit? Send me a folder, send me some shit. And like, I'm gonna bless them, you know what I mean? Because I do the same, like, if I'm somewhere else, you know what I mean? Like, or I'll hit somebody like, yo, what's jumping? You know what I mean? Like, it's only natural.
I really respected it because I was listening and I was like, this is really dope. And what's great about it is like no one can really come in this room and try to do what you do because it's like they really got to know what's going on in the city.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? Like you're shouting certain bottles out. Like it's kind of like there's a presence there. You know exactly what the city wants. So it was like it was like one of the times when I started seeing like more and more where it's like, motherfucker, you can't just fly anywhere and do like a set no more. You really have to cater to the city more and more, you know.
You gotta tap into the audience.
Have you noticed that a little bit more recently in the past 5 or so years? Like everything's just super regional.
Yeah, I was gonna ask that question too.
Absolutely.
Like when did LA start to get regional with those records?
Yeah, because you've toured you've toured for like over 10 years, right? Like 15 years.
About 15.
15 years. But I would say in the last 5 years, maybe less, everything is so fucking regional and specific.
Yeah,
right?
I just noticed that when I was in Brazil too, because I was like, when I was out there, I really didn't hear no hip. I was like all Brazilian baile funk,
right?
And it was like you didn't hear no hip hop, no rap, really, right? When I was in Paris, like not long ago, it was like all Afro beats. Then like you hear a little bit of rap, but it's like all that. And like before, it was like more hip hop was dominating. But now there's like more genres that are taking over certain regions. Like out here, like the Afrobeat shit got kind of big, but it's not as big as like when you go overseas. Mm-hmm. You playing all that movie. You play it out here, like there's gonna be people that fuck with it. But
when did you start seeing it a little bit more? In the last couple of years?
I definitely think the pandemic helped a lot with that too. You know what I'm saying? Because you didn't have a club to go to. So it's like you had to like rely on whatever the fuck is going on in that playlist. So if you get like, caught in that world of, oh, I'm just going to listen to Afrobeats at the crib, when you come back outside, that's all you want to hear. I feel like the pandemic just, like there wasn't a lot of music that came out at that time. So it's like you either started fucking with a lot of older music or like a lot of real specific music.
Right.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
I think it does. I think there's like multiple elements in it. I think there's a lot to list in the elements. I think there isn't like, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe like motherfuckers don't worship American culture like they used to.
Absolutely not.
You know what I'm saying?
Because of the internet and everything being so more open. Like,
right.
You could be popping on IG, Spotify, and never have came to America. Like all these Brazilian cats have millions of followers, millions of listeners. People don't even know who they are in the United States, but you can still be regional, be bigger than some American artists.
Right.
You mentioned
go ahead.
So you mentioned the pandemic. Were you like involved with a lot of like the underground shit that was going on in the city?
That and Twitch though. Twitch for the most part, but like I was doing a lot of like stripper, like they had a stripper.
You and Charisma were killing it, right?
we was doing our shit. We was doing our shit. We always gonna figure it out. Trust me, we're gonna figure it out.
Because I was wondering if that played a role too with like just staying LA specific during the pandemic. You were just hitting LA parties, LA events, these underground.
No, you know
parties.
what got big in LA for a minute was Detroit music. And I'm gonna tell you why. All the trappers from Detroit were coming to LA during the pandemic.
Really?
So like they was like, we want to hear Detroit music. So like Babyface Ray, like I Swear Vezo, like all that shit got big during the pandemic.
I don't even know.
Sada
I don't
Baby.
even
Never
know
heard
that
of
shit.
any of those
Yeah,
artists.
Sada Baby.
Sada Babies.
So like
I heard of
these,
Sada Baby.
all these like Detroit rappers, like the sound got big in LA because like they were all like those guys were coming to LA.
Oh shit!
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so it's
Is
crazy.
it still popping now? Like
It's still popping now because like they're jumping, but during the pandemic it was more like all you hearing is Detroit music. Like to the point where like I'll come in like, yo, where the fuck am I? Like, why am I hearing so much fucking Detroit music? And then I'm like looking at the tables or like the people. There's like the trappers are coming from like that area, so I'm like, it makes sense. Like they're catering to them, but they're playing a lot of shit that's like. There's no fucking way. Like if these dudes weren't here, they're playing this shit.
Are they still out here?
Some not as much, but at that time during the pandemic, there was a rush.
So did it become part of the rotation?
It
now?
had to because you had to
Wow.
like cater to them.
It's funny like when movements happen in music and it's related to like what's happening in real life.
Yeah, that's what it was.
So now you have like this story of like the pandemic and Detroit music invading LA.
telling.
That's interesting.
It
That's
is.
really interesting. So I like that it's still in rotation and shit. You still
No,
popping
it
this
is
shit.
like Babyface Ray, I Swear Vezo. Who else? Somebody like T Grizzly still gets play, obviously, but those for the most part they still get play.
Damn.
And Peasy, some dude named
Is T Grizzly from Detroit?
Yeah.
from Detroit.
Oh, I didn't even know.
You were one of the first DJs I saw that went to like Europe. Do you remember that?
Yeah, that was.
And you were advertising the shit. You were like on Twitter.
I
Like,
was in.
it was
fucking
sensitive
Germany.
times.
This was like right. This was like. This was like right when Rack City maybe had just came out.
No. I'm talking about the pandemic. You were
Oh yeah. Everybody
no.
tried to get me to stop going.
The way, yeah.
I was like, "Fuck that! I'm going." Like,
Yeah,
what the?
but it was like remember they shut the whole country down?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then like 2 weeks in it, you're like, I'm going to Germany or something. You're just like, I'm
I
going
was
to
like,
Europe.
Yeah, I was going to Europe. I was going to London.
And you were like, pray for me. Or like,
Yeah, yo, because what happened is they closed the border a day before, like they moved it. Like I had a flight on like the 18th. It was like they were supposed to close on the 19th. They was like, we're gonna close it the 17th now. So it was like a scramble to get like a ticket back. I had like 3 tickets back home. Like everybody called me. Like even Ty, he called me. He's like, yo, man, you need a ticket home. Like I got you. Like people were calling me. Like, yo,
wait, why did you need to go to Europe for a show?
I had clubs that had already like lined up, like it had already been booked.
And it was still open?
Yeah, it was still
But
open.
they hadn't shut down for the pandemic yet. Over
No,
there.
they have. It was like the last week, like literally the last day that they shut everything down for like a year and a half. So like, I was like the last DJ to do like all the big clubs in London before the pandemic.
And there was no way you wanted to cancel. You know?
Fuck no, I love London. I'm like, I'm out here. What the fuck? I'm out here. I'm like, man, if it's my time, it's my time. I'm gonna wear a fucking mask.
Is that how you saw? Is that how you saw the pandemic?
I'm
Kyle?
like, yo, I have a mask, like they say, the magical mask. Why not? Like,
Yeah.
The magical
the
mask.
fucking magical mask. You know what I'm saying? The flight there was smooth. Like I had like damn near a whole fucking row to myself. Like
The whole plane to yourself.
yeah, damn near. There's a picture. It's eerie too. Like there's really nobody on the plane. It's like maybe a handful of people.
And how was it? Was it fun?
I had a great
They're still
time.
wilding out over there.
I loved it. I had fun.
I think motherfuckers was shaming you a little bit, right? On
yeah,
Twitter.
like bro, like relax, like fucking.
And he didn't give a fuck. He just kept posting pictures.
Yeah.
Like he was like, yo, like he was just like, London is a vibe or some
Yeah,
shit.
like, fuck, like y'all too sensitive, man.
I'm like, this motherfucker don't care at all.
Like, what you want me to do? Stop living?
The
Like,
world's shutting down. He out there
yeah,
partying.
I had to get my fucking last one in.
Yeah, it was like I'm looking at my Twitter feed, and you know when they're showing like the
The CDC shit?
no, they're showing like the fucking freezer trucks. What is it in New York with
Oh,
the
yeah,
dead
yeah.
bodies?
Oh yeah.
So they're showing like the freezer trucks with dead bodies in New York, and then Dre Sinatra like, yo, London is fucking popping, yo. I'm like, yo. And these DJs like, I can't believe you fucking going out there.
What the fuck?
People are dying. And this dude's going out. I mean, I can't be mad. I mean,
I can't. Like at the end of the day, they don't pay my bills.
how many times do you think you got COVID? Did you ever catch it?
Yeah, I got it one time.
Just once?
I think I had it before, like when people really knew what it was.
Yeah.
I think I had it one time.
Like
before.
around New Year's, right? Or
like around Super Bowl when it was like Super Bowl. like-
February.
yeah.
Damn.
I had the craziest sweats. Like I woke up, I thought I was like I jumped in the pool. Like I woke up one day, like I was wet, like literally my shirt was soaked. Like literally I like could wring the shirt out. I'm like, yo, something ain't right. And I had like a cough for like 2 weeks. And like later on it made sense. I'm like, I think I had it.
Yeah.
But you still went to Europe.
I mean, this was like later on. This was
He had the antibodies by
No, this was way later on. Just probably like maybe March.
2 months. Okay, a month.
Yeah, like March.
Damn, that's around time you got kind of sick, crooked, huh?
I got sick New Year's, so I got sick in like January.
Did you lose your sense of taste or smell?
I didn't have that. Did you?
Yo, but he was
when I really caught it. Yeah, when like I really.
What do you mean to really?
After like they said there was COVID.
Yeah.
Like it was around 4th of July weekend. One day I woke up and was like had the Listerine. I was like, I can't taste this shit.
Oh shit!
I'm like, wait, what the fuck? I can't taste. And I'm like, I can't smell anything. I'm like, oh,
that happened to me. I think
like,
I was chopping onions and I couldn't smell it, and I was like, oh shit, like what the fuck?
Yeah,
I had like this real strong peppermint soap I used for the shower. I couldn't smell it.
Wait, how long did you lose? How long did it last?
Almost 2 weeks.
That's it.
I quarantined at the crib for like almost 2 weeks.
Damn. You. I mean, that's not bad, man.
I
That's
mean,
the
we were already in quarantine as it is. So it didn't even matter. Like I still had to sit down regardless.
And you were on Twitch too.
Yeah, every day.
You was twitching.
You was day.
Twitching. You was
every
you
day.
was out there.
We was out there.
You was even coming to
Twitch.
Vegas and twitching with getting on Twitch with friends and
yeah, we was getting it on Twitch, man.
I was twitching ass.
We was twitching, man.
Yeah, I'm telling you,
I made more money twitching. Like that's not why we started Twitch. We just did it out the love because we just wanted to DJ for people. It was like when you do something genuinely. Like sometimes you're gonna get rewarded.
Yeah.
And like I was making more at home on Twitch than I would have even if I was doing gigs maybe 5-7 times a week.
Really?
Yeah.
I remember during the pandemic, didn't some DJ like he did like a some kind of benefit, whatever, that he took money he gave the other DJs monies that wasn't working?
Oh, we did that.
Yeah, you had
the Young California.
California.
DJ Amen told us about that.
The Young California thing where we gave donations. We got basically artists to
donate money,
donate bread, and from this bread we was like dispersing it to like active working DJs that like we know, like whether you're in our crew. First we took care of the crew first, and then everybody else like, yo, here's 1,000 or whatever such and such we could, but it was something that we could do.
I always wanted to know how much money was y'all giving out because it seemed like
shit. Whatever we got, we gave it all out. Like we would like do another round of like. Whoever didn't get one this time,
that's
or
dope,
certain DJs from the East Coast, like whoever we could help, you know what I'm saying? Like we didn't profit off it. Like it was really some like, yo, as soon as we had disperse it. Like
Amen said he had like a list of DJs and he just divided everything so it was kind of even and everyone got some shit. Yeah,
exactly. No, if we miss somebody when the next artist came, then we make sure we take care of somebody we miss, or somebody might have hit us up like, yo, I need help.
You're not on Twitch anymore, right?
I still get on it once in a while.
Once in a while?
Yeah, still fuck with it.
But your following, they get pissed off because it's like you turn your back on them.
They know I still keep up with them like on Discord and let them know like, yo, I got a lot of shit. Like y'all see what I be posting. Like it's not like I'm out here just like, oh, the world's open, I'm done. Like nah. They see me doing gigs, traveling, doing this and that. They get it.
Yeah.
But I still, like I said, I try to keep them updated. Like, yo, I love y'all, I miss y'all.
You still have your setup at the crib?
Yeah, of course. I built a room just for it.
That's dope.
Yeah, built.
Didn't you like buy a house off of the some of the Twitch stuff?
Some. I mean, I was already in the process of it, but like I said, that just helped me like not have to worry about like gigs and shit. Like I could just stream from home every day and like just focus on that.
I'm telling you, there's certain DJs that talk about Twitch like it was Bitcoin. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Like, I can see that, yeah.
But like I said, like it was genuine because it was like, yo, they helped us get through some shit, and like to them, like they say, like, yo, you helped us get through some shit.
Yeah.
So it's like we both kind of helped each other, and like I'm like a believer. Like if you do good shit, like shit, you're gonna get rewarded and blessed. Like you know what I mean? Just it's a blessing. It was a blessing in disguise because when we started, it was just pure. Like we started buying equipment, started learning shit, became designers and like shit. It was just like we didn't have to do that, but we did it out the love. You know what I mean? We didn't do it in intentions. Like we didn't even think it was gonna be a lucrative thing. We just did it for the love.
Yeah.
And then all this other shit started happening. It's like, damn.
Yeah.
Okay, it's more motivation to do it even stronger.
Because you were a Sade fan. You had like a whole.
Sade. I just did it Saturday. I still do it though.
Sade Saturdays?
Yeah. Sade Saturdays. All Sade. Like all fucking 4 hours of Sade.
Yeah, I remember you used to be on Twitch like 5 in the morning.
Yeah, 4 or 5 in the morning.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Wait, because the schedule was Franzen, right?
Yeah.
And then Franzen, and then it would be you.
Yeah.
You'd continue it.
And then Edith started getting on, so I started like telling him like, yo, be up at 7 a.m. I'm gonna throw you a lob. And he started doing his shit.
Damn.
Just kept it going like.
Wow.
How did you and Franzen connect?
At poetry.
Oh
With
shit!
Ray
Okay.
J. Yeah, that day. That was like one of the days. Like, that's still my brother to this day. Like, that's somebody I really look up to. A great mentor, somebody who I feel like made me a better person. You know what I'm saying? Just the love that he showed me. I feel like he showed me how to be a good big homie to the next person. You know what I'm saying? Where like he could be doing Dre's, it could be prime time, be like, yo, DJ, like play, like I saved you all the shit. Like, that's his residency. He don't gotta do that shit. You know what I'm saying? He could be like, bro, when Ty's ready or whenever such and such is ready, like, let me know. But he don't gotta be like, yo, take the time, shine, do your thing, go hard, play whatever you're gonna play. Like, everybody doesn't have that, you know what I mean? And like, he taught me to be like that. Like, it's just good, like, to just have a friend that would even do that for you. So I would do that for the next person. And you know what I mean, vice versa, because you know there's some DJs that wouldn't do that. You know what I'm saying? It's their residency. Like Dre's, like, you know what I mean? It's like their house. Like, why would they fucking be like, yo, shine? Not everybody's like that.
It used to be like that. Like back in in the early 2000s, it used to be really like that. Like,
See, in the hip hop shit, it's not like that.
why
It's
is
a little
that?
bit different. It's more like territorial. Like,
Right,
I'm
right,
the
right.
guy. Like, you know what I mean? So he taught me like how to be just a better friend. Like, just the way he is. That's why he is who he is. And like, just me being around people like him, Drama, Green Lantern, like, it was like the best university I could go to, because like there's certain things I loved about how they move. Like Drama, to this day, he'll still go to every DJ booth, shake hands, boom, boom, say what up, yo, such and such, introduce himself. Just good manners, like, you know what I mean? Just like, he don't gotta do that. He's just he could just sit in the section. We still gonna go dap up the DJ, show him love. You know what I mean? Just little shit
Just being
like
professional,
that.
right?
Just being just being a good dude, like on some genuine shit, like it's love. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just little things. Even Green Lantern stories I hear from him, like, just I feel like I'm blessed to be around him, because all that helped me become who I am today. Just a little splash of all these guys I looked up to.
Wait, so how did you link up with Ty Dolla?
I was doing the clubs, so I stopped doing the Ray J shit, and I was doing the clubs, and
Wait, before we go to Ty Dolla and you stopped doing the Ray J shit,
yeah,
when you look back on the Ray J shit, was that one of the funnest times in your life?
absolutely.
Was it the funnest times of your life?
The funnest times. Not taking nothing away from nobody, because the Instagram wasn't fully around. So it was still like a gray area where like you could get away with a little bit more.
Right.
You know what I mean? It was like right before the explosion, where everybody's filming everything, everybody's recording everything. So it's like the end of an era.
Right.
It's a beautiful thing.
And then he made Kim K at the time. So like you could just imagine like every girl that just wants to be around, that could be like 4 guys and 30 girls. Like, just
Imagine all the shit that he got, bro, that Ray J couldn't handle.
bro,
About to say that, yeah, man.
Just imagine.
Wait.
He was on that show. That's when I knew who. That's when I first knew who Dre Sinatra was. I think I was like 18 at the time, and he had For the Love of Ray J, the show.
I've never seen that show.
And
Keep
you
it that
know,
way.
So he was like, wait.
It was #1. It went on BET and MTV, man.
So Ray
I had
J-
my own episode.
So you were like Ray J's sidekick.
his best friend.
One of them.
best-
There was a.
So
couple
I'm
of
saying,
us.
I'm
There was a
saying,
couple of us.
Ray J's Will Smith, and you're like Jazz. in
Yeah.
the Fresh Prince of Bel Air, right?
Kind of. I mean, there was other Shorty Mac, which was his boy. I was just like, I was one of the homies. You know what I mean? It's like part of the squad, part of the gang.
You were telling me about what the Smash the Homie shit.
Smash the Homie. He came in one of the episodes and he's like, yo, that one chick. Yeah, bro, I took that down.
But they played me on that though.
Why?
Really, they really played me on that because. So I went to Santa Barbara to go do. I went to go do a gig, right? And I had booked these girls to like be go-go. This was like when the import night type shit.
Yeah,
so I
hot
booked
import
these
nights.
girls.
Yeah.
Yeah, I booked these girls to go do the gig.
Wait, what
with
do you
me.
mean? Or like import cars?
Yeah, but they would have the models that would be along with the cars.
The import models.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
yeah,
one
yeah.
of them that happens to be that I booked was the one that's on the show, right? So I'm calling both these girls like, yo, they're not answering their phone. I had a gig the next morning. Like the producers hit me like, yo, we need you to DJ this TV show. It's like, all right, bet. I go over there. I see the two girls. They was supposed to go do the gig with me the night before at Hot Import Night. So like I see them. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what's going on? Then they were like, yeah, she's on the show. I'm like, how? Like I already fucked with this girl already. Like they went with the intentions of like doing that. You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense. Like they set it up.
They wanted to create conflict.
They wanted to. They went knowing like that. You know what I mean? Like I'm getting to the gig like surprised, like what the fuck?
And it was on camera. They caught all of it?
Yeah,
or no?
they're catching the shit. And I'm like, they came on the show to do that.
Right.
Like they had a manager that like put that in play. Like it wasn't like
So they got paid to fuck with you.
I don't know how they worked that, but they specifically
Someone paid him to
planned that.
smash you, bro.
Yeah.
They basically planned that because that was it should really happen. Like it was like some
Because
genuine
he
shit.
was talking about on the show. He's like, yeah, bro, I smashed on the couch or something.
Yeah,
like that.
at his crib. Like we met him at Area, and we fucking
Area used to be Nightingale.
yeah, Area used to be Nightingale. So we met him there. Me and Ray J came back off tour. One of my homegirls, I was like, yo, I'm gonna introduce you to Ray J. And she's like, oh, I got a friend for you. And she brought the other girl. Did our thing, never like hung out after
Do you
that.
think that was a setup?
So they got paid to fuck you.
I don't know. That's just crazy because like at the end of the day, that was never my intentions, like to put my business out there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I got like walked into something.
Yeah, because you walked into that scene like, yo, like, I'll be real with you.
So you were tight. You were tight.
I wasn't even. I was just like, that wasn't what I
felt
wanted to be
used.
known for. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like that's not what I wanted to be on TV for. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to play myself.
Because the whole premise of that show was
to find Ray J love.
all these girls were competing to to win Ray J at the end.
Yeah, so it's like, why would you have fucked with me, right? And then go on a fucking reality TV show with my boy where I smacked at his house. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's not like that shit's whack.
It sounds like good TV. Though.
It is.
VH1. It was VH1.
VH1, man.
They set me up. I'm telling you, bro.
Some good producers, man.
It wasn't like I was like, yo, put me on the shit like that.
Yeah.
Like, nah, it just they fucking walked me into the scene. Like,
Because wait, there was like Flavor of Love, right? Flavor Flav had
That was the first
that
one.
was the
I think.
first one.
Yeah.
And then it was what'd you say?
Brett Michaels.
Brett
Brett
Michaels.
Michaels.
And then it was Ray J.
Yeah. And the Ray J shit was big. It was number one.
Did you get famous off of the Ray J?
I mean, yeah, I there was people that like, you know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
dude, that's how I knew who he was. And then I met him at Playhouse. He was a super nice guy. I was like, oh, shit.
It's like, at that end of the day, that shit was nothing. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I never let that get to my head or like, oh, I'm fucking this guy from VH1, reality TV star. Like, that shit was never in my fucking vocabulary. Like,
just
that's
an
not
organic
what my
thing,
thing.
right?
Like, you don't ever hear me really talk about it. You know what I mean? Like, it happened. It is what it is. Fuck it.
How much were they paying you for,
I don't even
for
know,
love?
bro. I don't even know.
I'm so curious. I'm so curious to be like on this show in reality TV. What did they
even know.
pay?
But that's when
motherfucker?
reality TV was like at its peak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Literally.
I guess so, right?
Yeah. All the
You
love
had-
shows.
that show.
Real World.
You had T.I. when he got out of jail.
I
he
mean,
had
that shit
a
was on
show.
BET and MTV. No,
VH1?
MTV and VH1.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
It was that big. Like, it was number
I
one.
can't lie. Ray J saved that network for
It
sure.
was number one.
Yeah, that was a huge show, bro. Like
Like, that shit was.
Shit,
Like,
it
my
had 2
parents
seasons.
seen it. My grandma seen it. I'm like, fuck.
Oh my god, that's the worst.
Exactly. That's why I wasn't proud of it.
Oh man.
Sorry I brought it up, bro.
That's all good. At the end of the day, like I said, man, it is what it is. Like, I'm not ashamed of it. I didn't do anything bad. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, you want to put the business out there, that's on you. But don't make me look dumb.
right.
Hey, you didn't look dumb. I didn't see it, but
I don't think
can
anybody
imagine.
said he was
Try to
looking
make
dumb
me
for
look
sure.
dumb, bro.
Yeah.
Wasn't there a waitress at Light from that show? She won.
No,
Joanna.
Yeah,
Joe.
the first one.
Yeah, Joanna.
Yeah, she was a waitress at Light. She was a
there was
cocktail.
another one that was at like that. She was on another reality show. That's what I thought you.
Yeah,
was
but
talking
Joanna, I
about.
think she started at Tao, right, Jamie?
Yeah,
She was
I
at Tao when I was
love her,
there.
bro.
Yeah,
I'm gonna keep it a bean.
She was real cool.
hella
Yeah,
cool.
she was good.
Yeah, she was really nice.
she was
when I
real
met her,
cool.
I was like, ah.
She was good people.
And everyone was like, yo, that's the girl on Ray J. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
And it was that show.
That's Cocktail Joe.
Yeah,
Cocktail Joe, that was her name. Cocktail Joe. That's crazy.
I'm sick.
Yo,
Yo, Ray J had the best nicknames for these women.
Yeah.
Like they had like, yeah, it was pretty nuts.
I mean, fuck.
Danger.
I'm sick.
So you went from Ray J, you went to the nightclubs, and then you linked up with Ty Dolla.
Yep.
And was Ty Dolla through Young California? We haven't really talked
No,
about him.
I think I just seen him in the club and like I heard a couple songs and then I think I might have heard like I want to say All Star and something else. Might have been something else before, but I just knew. I'm like, man, this guy's gonna fucking be.
That's crazy
around.
because All Star didn't really pop,
No.
Didn't, but I need to.
but it was a good. So you remember All Star Cook?
Yeah.
I don't even heard
It had a house sample.
It had a Swedish House Mafia one sample.
Yes.
Dun, dun, dun.
But that to me was like, yeah, this guy's gonna be.
I was
fucking
playing
good.
it and I was like, damn, this shit ain't taking off and not taking off. But it was a good
You
record.
know what it was? They couldn't clear the sample.
Oh,
they couldn't-
so we never
Really?
got any radio player or anything.
Swedish House Mafia wouldn't clear it?
At that time, he was a nobody.
Because Swedish House Mafia was
They had
were
Pharrell
kings.
on it.
Does
Yeah,
it
they
pop
also-
up on it? Does it pop up?
Yeah.
See, I think that's the flipped one. See,
That's
not,
the video.
So that's not the original one.
that's not the original.
I got all this money, about to leave with all
I remember this.
Yeah.
I remember they changed the sample.
Yeah, that one sounds like it's.
Yeah,
I think I got the original one in my laptop.
Yeah, but
I remember
that
that.
made me be like, yo, man, this guy is fucking dope. It's different. Like I like the like infusion of that. You know what I mean? And like he's not rapping; he's like sing rapping.
But you would see him around and shit?
Yeah, I would see him around. And yo, here's a wild thing. So in between the Ray J shit and the Mustard barely started making beats, I told Ray J, I was like, yo, man, you should fuck with this kid Ty Dolla and this guy Mustard. Like, they're next. Like, they're gonna fucking be a problem. And like we went to the studio and like I think Ray, like, he might have got high, fell asleep, whatever. And like I don't think the song ended up coming out or nothing ended up happening. But at that time I was already telling Ray J, like, yo, Ty Dolla and Mustard are gonna be a problem.
Damn.
This is early on.
What
I
could
was
have
trying to
been?
get Ty to write a song for him, like,
Yeah.
with a Mustard beat. Like, yo, you need to fucking get on this wave. It's gonna be something.
So they was down, but Ray did he not take it seriously?
He like I said, like he did shit as a hobby. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
he was just like rich, so it's like the intensity and the hunger is different. It's like if he catch him on the right day, if he's really really fucking with it, cool.
There's
But
a sense
at
of
the end of the
urgency.
day, yeah, the urgency was just like, I'll get back to, we'll link up again. Like it was like that type of vibe. Like we'll get in again.
So then, wait. So when did you link up with Ty? Before Paranoid dropped?
Yeah.
All my bitches in the club, and I know they know about each other. I think these bitches tryna set me up. Maybe I'm just paranoid.
Because basically I told Ty at one point, I threw a party and I was like, I decided I want to start tour DJing again. So I was like, I told him like, yo, I'm gonna DJ for you. He didn't even ask me. I told him like, yo, I'm gonna DJ for you.
Yeah.
Like that's just what it is. Like we're gonna travel the
Like
world.
I choose you.
That's what I told him. I basically told him like, yo, we're gonna travel the world. Like,
There was
I
no
told him,
skepticism after dealing with Ray. Like you just was ready to die.
nah, because I knew he was hungry. It was like the complete
You
opposite.
get like a gut feeling, huh?
Yeah, it was like the complete opposite. Like he's hungry. Like he has to do this.
Right.
It wasn't like the Ray J thing where he didn't have to do it. This is like he has a daughter. He's fucking talented. He's in the studio every day. He's got a good shot of doing something. Like I was like, at worst case, we travel the world once or twice. Like that's what I'm thinking my worst case scenario is.
Wait, what year was this? You think
This was
2011.
like 2011. Yep.
Right here.
Like 2011, 2000. So then we ended up doing a couple shows, and right off the gate, like we just click, and then we go to Denver. It was like I think the first show we did, he plays Paranoid for me. We're in the whip. He's like, "Yo, I got this song." I was like, "Oh yeah, shit, cool." Then he goes on tour with Wiz. I think Paranoid drops like in that time that he's on tour, so he's not understanding what's going on. So I text him like, "Hey yo, when you get back, you're gonna have the biggest song in the city. I promise you that." When he came back, boom, Paranoid was like the biggest shit in LA.
It's fucking huge.
I remember the first time I heard that song was out here in a club and Franzen was DJing. I forgot the name of the club, man. But Franzen dropped it and I was like, yo, what is this? And I walked up to Franzen and he's like, yo, it's this new cat, Ty Dolla Sign. And I was like, yo, this shit is crazy. And I could hear, I was like, I know this is Mustard. Because I could, you know, after you hear Rack City, like, you know what I mean? Kidding shit. And I was just like, yo, this shit is crazy. And this shit just blew up. Like, it felt like overnight.
Yeah, I told him, I said, yo, you're gonna have the biggest song when you get back.
I would have never known how talented Ty Dolla Sign is from that song. Like, we really saw him evolve as an artist.
I just knew, you know what it to me is work ethic. That's what made me be like, if he puts up fucking 100 shots and he makes 75 of them things, we're good. You know what I'm saying? Like, at work, I'm thinking numbers wise, like his ethic, like he's gonna bang out a song every day, a couple every day. Not because he has to, but because he just wants to be in there.
So he's really a studio rat.
Yeah,
Stays
like
in there.
he's in there. Like, he's always creating, always like in that mind frame.
I think he taught Mustard how to produce.
Yeah, he did.
Wow.
Oh, shit, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he did.
I think the Rack City beat came out because Ty Dolla Sign left the studio early and he started fucking around with the Fruity Loops or whatever he had left behind.
He would encourage him.
Yeah, and then he got into, and then he made Rack City, and then Tiger got on and it blew the fuck up.
Yeah, he would encourage him.
That's crazy.
And I told Ty this earlier. I said, yo, I said, Mustard's gonna, maybe not as big, but he's gonna be like this generation's type Dr. Dre for this next generation. And I told him that early. It's like, watch, he's gonna stay on it.
Yeah.
Wait, do you think you have like a sense, you have like an ear, or you have like a gut feeling about certain
both.
artists?
It's both. It's like a little bit of both. It's like you done seen so many artists and seen so many people.
Right.
But sometimes it's like the little intangibles. Like, what's his work ethic? Is he gonna be here early? Is he gonna be here late?
Yeah.
Is he down to put in extra work? Is he down to do 3 extra songs for this promoter? Like, little things like that I'm looking at.
You know, I always look at tour DJs, and I always wonder, sometimes it's hard, like tour DJs, they don't have that separation. They kind of start feeling like an artist. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. I don't
So,
have
like,
that desire.
But you know what I'm talking about,
Absolutely.
right? So
It's like they're not willing to be like the Robin. You know what I mean? They don't want to be the Robin. Like, I'm happy being the Robin.
or not only that, they're not aware that they're like on this ride, and the actual train that's moving is the artist.
You know who told me it the best?
You know?
Early, Ray J. He said, you know what? He said, it's cool, you enjoy all this. He's like, but at the end of the day, and he wasn't even telling me because of me. He said because one of my friends fucked up. But he's like, they're here for me, first and foremost. So like that, like was like, yo, that was like a reality check. Because he wasn't telling me because I fucked up. My boy fucked up. But he took it personal.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But he was just like letting him know, like, bro, at the end of the day, like, this shit's for me. Like, you're on the ride with me. Like, don't forget that. Like, you're a role player.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit sank in. Like, all right, cool. Once I figured that out, that always carried with me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I always took that everywhere, like, with the artists. Like, shit, I'm a role player. Like, it's not about me. It's about them. And, like, I don't mind being the guy in the corner or being off the side or being the fucking the role player. Like, it's cool. Like, I live my life. I'm happy. I'm on the itinerary. I'm on the hotel. I'm in the meals. Shit, that's what counts. The check clears. That's what counts. Yeah. All that other shit is just extra.
I'm saying that, like, that shit got to be hard. I've met certain tour DJs who can't turn it off, and they think, like, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Like, they get sucked into that world, and they start like trying to spend money like they're equivalent to the artist.
Fuck no.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Absolutely.
And they trying to like keep up, like, you know, with the Joneses a little bit, and just be like,
you're gonna fucking lose like that.
Yeah,
it's unrealistic.
And it's just, I always wondered if there's that gray area, or motherfuckers just get lost in that world.
Absolutely. They want to rap, or they want to fucking wear all the jewelry or wear the same clothes. It's like, it's cool if you got it. If you got it like that.
Was there a point where you ever thought, were you getting sucked in the world a little bit?
Absolutely. but not in the shine.
Was it
not,
was with
not
Ray J?
in the shine sense. Not like in the shine sense. More just like
Lifestyle?
like the lifestyle, the clothes, maybe more so. But
was that around the Ray J time?
This is like little various pockets, like little phases. You know, people go through phases.
Yeah.
Like you go through this little.
So
phase
was there a recent phase where you kind of got lost and you had to like check yourself a little bit?
Yeah, probably like 3 or 4 years ago.
What happened? Wait, what happened?
I think I was like on the YSL phase because Ty was like on this YSL phase. So I'm like, I gotta get YSL pants too, like shit like that. But it wasn't even nothing bad. But at the end of the day, I've always been my own person. That's what like makes me who I am. Like I'm not trying to be like this guy, that guy, sound like this DJ. I just want to be me. And like that's hard. It's hard sometimes, but my thing is I just want to be comfortable. Like wherever I go, I want to be dressed comfortable. I want to go how I want to go. I'm not gonna be in a suit. I'm not gonna be in no tie. I'm not gonna be in no shiny shoes. None of that shit. I'm coming how I come, and I work hard for that shit.
Yeah.
I work hard to be able to wake up when I want, dress how I want, eat how I want. Like that's why I work hard for those things.
When did you start realizing you were getting too deep into YSL phase?
When I was like, paying like $1,500 for like some just regular black pants, I'm like, this shit's a fucking scam. Like, I'm like, these shits look like any other fucking regular black pants I have in my fucking closet.
That's crazy.
I love it. I like the honesty.
Yeah.
We get lost in that shit sometimes, man.
We all do, right?
We all do.
Yeah.
I'm at that point where I want houses. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I want shit like that.
See, I wish I was on that or someone put me on to that shit like earlier. You know what I'm saying?
It's never too late.
It's never too late, but it's like when you
You're
think
always
about,
gonna need somewhere to live.
Man, I just wish, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I wish some motherfucker brought that up to me. Like, because in New York, it was like unheard of to own property.
Yeah.
So you just never really, like, no one talked about it.
I always used to tell you get a house. And you was like, nah, I don't want a house, man.
You know what it is? When he got his house, he got a house. You got, like, these bedrooms he don't use. So you end up, like, spending, like, another, like, 10, 20 racks, like, you know, like interior designing a room that no one goes into and shit. And I was just like, shit would break down. I'm like, yo, I'd rather just start a business. So then that's when we opened like the store. So I was like, I don't want a fucking crib that, you know. So I was like, let me just start a business and shit. Yeah. But
no, that's fire too though. But you gotta have both.
You gotta have both.
You gotta have both, man.
You gotta go through a YSL phase to realize I don't want this shit. Really.
As a DJ, like we have our moment where you're gonna be like here. And who knows when you get right here?
Oh, absolutely.
You need to have those investments that like gonna carry you to the shit.
It's all up and down though, right?
It's a super up and down. Like that's the thing about this game is like you could be hot, cold, hot. Me, I just try to stay in the carpool lane. It's going smooth, warm. I never want to get too hot. Don't ever want to get too cold. Just be good where I'm at in my shit. Have my little identity, my shit where I live.
Yeah.
It doesn't bother nobody. I'm not in competition with anybody.
Right.
I fuck with all the DJs in LA for the most part. We have a good community. DJs all over the world. Like it's about building. Like there's enough room for all of us to eat and live. Like I'm not competing with nobody. I'm just trying to live and just do what I do.
Yeah. You want like a steady stream. You don't want any waterfalls because it's like honestly, the more ups you get, the more downs you're gonna get. You know what I'm saying?
I like this to stay in the middle. You know what I mean? Stay warm. That's it.
Like that, yeah.
That's it. You don't want to get too hot. You know what I mean? I want to get too hot.
Yeah.
I'm happy where I'm at. Like it's a blessing. Like when I look back, I'm like, fuck. Like this shit happened so fast. But like I look at the pictures, I'm like, damn, that's cool. I was able to do that shit. Or like still doing it to this day. Like if you think about it, like to do this, like I pretty much play music for a living for people. And like to do the things I've done for it, it's like what I always wanted. Like this is what I wanted, and it's like, dang, I really have a house, or like I really do this shit. Like it blows my mind sometimes.
Well, don't you feel like our generation, the only thing we ever wanted to do was make a living off of something we love to do?
That's it.
And I feel like the new generation, that's not enough. I feel like they want more.
Yeah.
Like
they want it fast. They want it fast, and like
they want to do less work for it.
It's like and it's like this. Like
I don't even know if it's about the less work. I think they have. They just want it, like you said, like fast.
It's like the TikTok shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not knocking that, but it's like all right, you're famous as a TikToker, and like, what do you do? Like, after you do that spiel, then like, what do you really do? You know what I mean? Like, what's your talent? Like, what's your skill? Like, what are people gonna come see? Like, to do a live TikTok? Like, we really do shit. We really DJ. Like, that's cool to have all these thousands of followers and likes and all that shit, but in real life, like, when we're rocking for 1,000 people, 20,000 people, like, that's I'll take that shit over any of that other shit any day. That's like live shit I could really feel and see and live. You know what I mean?
It's funny though, man. I feel like the kids are just like, I'd rather just go viral, be famous.
That's what I'm saying.
And then I'll get the money somehow. I'll figure it out. Like, I think for them, they're just like, once I got the fame and people know me, I'll figure out what the fuck I want to actually do.
Yeah, we don't come from that era.
Yeah.
And I don't want to sound old because I hate talking about coming from eras and my time and this time. Like,
but it wasn't possible to just be famous for nothing back then. You had to
you had to be good at something.
Yeah. Actually, you know, a lot of people blame the Ray J, the sex tape with KK, because it was the first time that, like, quote unquote, someone like Kim Kardashian could be famous for doing nothing. Almost.
Paris Hilton was right.
I mean, I
right
was to say
there,
that Paris Hilton was the first one to do that shit.
She was a pioneer.
But she was like part of, I don't know, hotel royalty. You know what I mean?
And she came from money.
She came from money. She was known as that, but I feel like Kim K really came out of obscurity.
She was gonna make it by any means necessary.
Yeah.
Like, that's one thing about them that I learned early was like, whatever they gotta do to stay relevant, they're gonna do it.
Really?
For sure.
You saw it early on.
For sure.
Wow.
I would call it too, be like, who's the next hot basketball player, or who's the next blah blah blah. What happens every time? Kim K or fucking Chloe's with Lamar, like, you know what I mean?
Reggie
shit
Bush.
like, shit like that. Like, they're gonna figure the shit out every time.
Yeah.
And like, I seen it early.
I got a question. Like, you know, I proclaim you the thought whisperer, right?
I hate that fucking guy. Why me?
My man.
He's like, why me?
Jesus.
That's gonna be the name of the episode.
Todd Whisper.
You know,
In parentheses, Dre Sinatra.
you know when we put his ID, Dre Sinatra, underneath, it's gonna be like,
Todd Whisper.
you know, thought whisperer. At least fine. How do you feel? What's changed? You think with? I guess I don't know. Would you call them groupies back then in the 2000s with Ray J when you were on tour? You know, what would you? What has changed to you in the? I guess what do you call these women?
The technology got better.
What
The technology got better, and they had to do less work. They had to do less work. You know what I'm saying? Before, they had to like seek you and find you in person. Now they could shoot a fucking DM and that's it. That's all it takes is one DM
And a few nudes.
That's it. Not even the nudes. You didn't even got to get to that. Sometimes you just boom, boom, boom. Where you gonna be at? All right, wow, meet me right here or such and such.
Do you still get hit up for the Ray J shit?
Not for the Ray J shit. I mean, there's still a couple people, but more like just the Ty.
I mean, the Ray J shit's a long time. How old is Cocktail Joe?
I don't know.
I don't want to. I
know. She like 42?
I know, but I don't want to say her age.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah, we talking about 2009, so
yeah, it's just
13 years.
So the accessibility has changed.
Yeah,
it's just like instant.
It's easier. People are more accessible.
So wait,
back then, like I said, I was like, IG wasn't like really a thing. It was just barely coming around.
Twitter was
like Twitter and Facebook, but like now it's just like you have all that. You got TikTok. You have all those same platforms. There's just more ways.
But like you've seen, I don't know, a history of groupies or side chicks or all of this shit evolve in the last 15 years because you were on tour with all these artists.
Yeah.
Have you just noticed that they just move differently besides the accessibility? There isn't like any.
Yeah,
there's no discretion.
The guys are really more willing to trick now. You know what I mean? Like guys are more willing to spend money
than they were before.
Absolutely. And
really?
It's magnified now.
Why is that?
It's just for the gram.
Got to show out.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Like if you really think about it, before it was like private. Like, oh, we want to be private. Like you don't want to know. Like, you know what I mean? Now it's like, oh, full display. We got her. I just bought her a fucking Birkin bag, or
she's gonna tag me.
Yeah, or she's gonna be at the fucking Louis store. Oh, look what he just bought me. Like, shit like that.
So they're using these shorties to flex with a little
Absolutely.
bit.
They're
It's
competition. They're in
Think about it like this, bro. Look how many women there are on this earth, right? And why is it that the athletes and the entertainers, just like, you know how like girls look at guys like in a groupie way? There's guys that look at girls in a groupie way too. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like somebody wants to fucking be with this girl who she's already been with all these athletes and rappers. There's like a million other girls, but you still want to go be with all this old work because they're still fans of like that girl in a sense, in a groupie way.
There's like a prestige
Yeah.
to being part.
It's like, it's like I say, the groupie shit goes both ways.
Badge of honor, bro.
That shit goes both ways, man.
Interesting.
You know, I see what he's saying because I even look at like a not I know firsthand, but I look at like a Brittany Renner and I'm like, damn, why do all these dudes still infatuated with this chick and want to
Exactly
be with her
my
and have a
point.
kid with her? But it's like a trophy, right? It's like
Exactly. It's just like a thing. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like an infatuation. Like, it's like just how he saw Kim because of the Ray J video. Like, he's seen it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what turned him on. Like, which is weird.
He wanted that.
Yeah, but that's my point. It's like the same thing. Like, guys see these girls, they've been around these certain people, and like they look at like a trophy almost.
it's almost like role reversal. Right?
Yeah.
Like you want to be the one to change her and just make her a housewife.
Like they want to see what
I don't think
the
that's
hype
it.
is real.
You think that's it? I don't think that.
You want to see like if the hype is real. Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
but like, is she really worth all the shit?
like is she really worth the headache?
Oh man.
I've heard that a lot of the beef between rappers and shit are actually like it's like all centered around women most of the
It
time.
depends on how you're raised, man. Shit, you can't fucking, I don't know, you can't argue over a girl that's for everybody. How crazy do you look? If she chooses, she chooses. If she gonna cheat on you, then shit, you should be thankful you found out. It's too many, and there's just too many women. Like, the more you travel, like when I was just recently in Brazil, I was like, damn, we really over here fighting for crumbs when there's so many more amazing women that really fuck with you in different parts of the world. And we're over here just trying to fucking fish in the same pond, catch, release.
So American
He
women
said
are the
catch
problem.
release. Jesus fuck.
So American women are the problem, is what you saying?
Yeah, they're a bad influence on like a lot of shit. And I hate to say that, but I've seen it firsthand. I've seen this shit. I've seen it like when IG just started to like the girls posting this and like now these girls from Europe come over here and they aspire to be like this girl because she's with this rapper, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? Like they're inspired by that. So it's like influences like a whole culture of like we want fucking to be spoiled by this guy and that guy. We want bags and we want trips. We want first class seats. Like what?
Jewelry.
Yeah, like that's a real thing. I see it firsthand because you gotta understand. I'm around it.
Yeah.
I'm around.
This
it
is
from-
why I'm asking you all
I'm
these
around
questions.
it from seeing it. Like to me, this might be off the topic because I know it's like we're supposed to talk about music, but this like they say, rich man cheating is a rich man's sport. Like if you want to have multiple women, you have to be able to afford it, and that's what I've learned in this shit because I've seen it firsthand. Like damn, like this woman right here, she might have been like, oh, I'm faithful, or I only have one guy, but like you the third piece. You're not even the side piece. You the third piece because you willing to accept it because this guy's gonna provide this or that.
The thought whisperer
Man.
spoken.
There you go. That was just for you. That was just a gem for you because he called me the thought whisperer.
Dropping gems on us.
I'll be talking shit like this on Twitter all the time.
Yeah.
People be like,
This is what I'm talking about.
That's why I
people
love
be getting
this guy.
mad. People be getting
He's
mad.
the
at
yo.
me
You're the
for
new
this
Andrew Tate.
shit. Yeah. I don't know who that is. I know who that is.
No, I'm not gonna let you. No, I'm not
Yeah,
letting you do
I
that to
know
my
who that
man.
is.
This guy's better.
Yo, Nudia's gonna be so upset with this section.
She's gonna be like, "What the fuck?" Kyle?"
Nudia edits like she like reviews the episodes.
Yeah.
So she like puts us in checks like this is misogynistic. You guys are talking about women. Da da da. She's gonna have a field day with this.
No, but she
gonna hate
if
this.
she really listen, I said guys are groupies too. So like I'm trying to be very fair. You know what I mean? Like it's not a one way thing.
No,
like
for
the
sure.
women aren't the problem. It's also the guys. Like I go to Australia and be like, dang, I know 50 guys who would sponsor your life right now. And that's not me knocking her. That's me just like saying like, yo, dudes out here are willing to put up bread or like willing to fucking provide a lifestyle
Yeah.
just to have this girl, like a rental. And it's like I said, I'm not knocking the girl, I'm knocking the guy. Cause like, damn, you out here just fucking it up for everybody.
Man.
Like a girl that's just genuinely cool would fuck with you for free. Like you feel like you have to like get her all these gifts just to fuck with you. Like that's whack. I don't ever want to have a girl like that.
Well, like for like a wealthy dude, it's actually like it's easy, it's lazy,
It's convenience, right?
For sure.
It's convenient because
for sure.
it's like it takes more effort to be in a relationship, but you can distract all your relationship duties, right? All your commitments that you need to do, if a woman is willing to take gifts in return to overlook all of your,
Your flaws and
Exactly.
But there's people that are putting their fucking life on the line, like risking their shit, like going to jail just to impress a girl that don't even fuck with you like that.
But I mean, I feel like that's always been around. There's been crazy motherfuckers.
No,
like that,
absolutely,
and
but
weak
it's just
motherfuckers like that.
more magnified now. You see it now. You see it more now. Like you see these guys in the club with big signs and like making big spectacles. Like, yo, hey,
But that's how we make a living, Dre.
No, for sure. I'm just saying we
Keep
see
doing
it.
that shit, bro.
No, I'm just saying we see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just saying we see it. We see it more.
I mean, LA it's around a lot in LA.
No, for sure.
I feel
see
like
it.
if out of all the cities in America, and I could be wrong, you correct me, right? Out of all the cities in America, I feel like LA has the most understanding of the transactional. It's like more of an understanding between a man and a woman. They realize that there's a transaction in place. It's more on the table.
I want to
feel
say
like in LA
transaction, but I just feel like there's just so many more moving parts, and these girls understand it. Like 1 week they're gonna be with Joe Schmo, and next week they're gonna be with this guy, and the week after that you're gonna just see him at a different table, because it's like every weekend they're
But
going out.
it's more there's more of an understanding in LA with that kind of behavior than any other city that I've seen. You know? No.
I say yeah, because this is the entertainment capital. So you have like a lot of celebrities in LA. Like celebrities, actors, producers,
aspiring actresses,
yeah, exactly,
athletes.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, I just
Athletes.
feel like everyone knows this is on the table. It's like she's here for this,
Yeah, absolutely.
and I'm here for this,
Absolutely.
and we realize this,
Yeah.
and it's like there's an understanding there more than any other city, I would think.
If you pick her up from the bar, you already know what she's doing. If she's at the fucking bar by herself, you better ask her. You better ask her rate. You better ask
Wait,
her.
what are you
her
talking
rate.
about?
You
What are you
better-
talking about?
Yo, I'm just saying.
That little laugh was
That sounds like
hilarious.
something else.
Yeah. If you go to like one of the hot spots and she's sitting at the bar
Alone,
alone,
yeah, she's trying to get found. She's trying
to get found for a rate.
She's trying to get saved.
She's trying to get found for a rate.
Don't save her.
We see that in Vegas though too.
I'm about to say that. You
It's a
see that-
different-
you
it's a
see that
different
in
dog.
casino.
It's a different thing.
Way different thing.
Yeah, no,
It's a way different
But it ain't far behind though. It's
No, don't say that.
It's in the same
In,
lane.
in Vegas, it's like prostitution.
Oh
Yeah.
I mean, listen.
Kind of the same thing, right?
No. It's not.
No,
It's not.
no,
It
no,
depends
not.
on who you ask.
No, it's
no,
not.
it's not. It's different.
It's not.
What's the difference?
I don't
I mean,
know.
what's the big difference?
Yo,
One is doing
Young
it for, like,
California.
clout.
I want to talk about Young California.
You want to change subjects?
yeah.
I gotta. You know what? I never met you before, but we spoke on the phone. I don't know if you remember. This is a couple of years ago. Ty Dolla was supposed to perform at Oxford in San Diego.
Oh, that's the one time that we only like some shit didn't happen. That's just so crazy.
So I was supposed to DJ that night, and I was supposed to. Everybody's waiting for you to send me the TV tracks. Like all day, everybody was like trying to get in contact with you, and nobody could get in contact with you. And then finally, like around 11:15 at night, like 15 minutes before I was supposed to start the club, you finally called me. He's like, "Yo, what's up? Sorry, I'm just getting back to you." And you sent me the tracks eventually. But that night, Ty Dolla never showed up.
Yeah, I forgot what it was that happened. And the wild thing is, since we've been doing shows, there's maybe only been like two times that's ever happened. I was one of them. Mm-hmm. And somebody always reminds me about that. My boy Matt always reminds me about that.
Oh, Matt.
Matt Cohen.
Yeah.
Matt Cohen.
Yeah, he's the one that always
Shout out to
reminds
Matt
me.
Cohen.
Yeah.
I forgot he was doing that party. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I remember the end of the night, one of the managers, Pierce Cleveland, was like, "Yo, he had to announce on the microphone, I'm sorry, everyone, but Ty Dolla will not be coming through tonight." And he was pissed. He was like, "Yo, I'm gonna make sure Ty Dolla never perform in San Diego ever."
And you never did, right?
I don't think so. I doubt that.
Yeah, sure.
I love when a motherfucker says like I'll make sure you never work in the city again. That shit never really happened.
Not at all, man.
Why even say that shit?
And then when Pierce said that,
It's
I'm
a
like,
flex.
yeah, right, all right.
It was something that happened, but it wasn't like intentional. You know,
Yeah.
Like,
It's like freaking
either we
Ty
gave him the
Dolla.
money back or we worked it out. Like we don't do business like that. You know what I mean? Like it's only happened
But
once
here's the
or
question:
twice.
why'd you send him the music so late though? Why?
You know
I
what?
just-
I was stressing out because you know what? When I DJ for an artist, I always get nervous. I always get scared that I'm gonna fuck it up. So with you, when you never send me the instrumentals, I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna be embarrassed. I don't know what to do.
No, I'll be the same way too when I work with artists now too. You trying to be prepared. Like just give me the list of the songs or the versions that you want.
So you know what I told him, right? I said, you know why Dre Sinatra ain't sending you the music, right? He's like, why? He's like, why is he sending me? I said, because he want to make sure, like, you fuck up Ty's show, so he always has to depend.
So you have to perform.
I swear to God, every tour DJ, like if Ty Dolla Sign's DJ or an artist is DJ, I swear to God, they want to sabotage. If they're not DJing,
I was actually thinking.
I
that
always
too.
think they want to sabotage the DJ DJing for them, so they'll like Ty will come back like, man, that dude was awful in San Diego. Dre, I'm never leaving you again, man. Like everywhere I go, you.
Now we have the sound.
I was cursing Dre. I was like, this motherfucker, this fucking asshole. You know what I'm saying?
You see, I got back to you though, right?
You did.
And we still had time. You still had time to download the music.
Yeah.
Down to the wire.
Yo, here's the wild thing about the Raiders shit. It almost didn't even happen for me because he called me like, yo, I want you to come on the run, but I didn't answer my phone. I was in San Diego. So he takes this other DJ and he was going to do the whole run with him. And the other DJ is like, yo, I got to go do a show with Omarion in Amsterdam. So Ray J calls me like, yo, come fill in for one date. So when I come fill in for that one date, never went back home. He's like, yo, tell the other guy don't come back.
Oh,
So that just kind of goes back to like when you give up your job, that could happen. You know what I'm saying? It can get taken. Like same thing with me. Like I could feel like, yo, I'm not gonna go to the show. Ty, yo, you give him the songs. Like this shit could get taken. You know
so
what I mean?
is that a fear or is that a thought in your head?
always in my always
Really?
in my head because I seen it. Like
That's
you know
why
what I
he
mean?
didn't want to send you the music.
No, but it has nothing to do with it. It's just funny that you say it. It's funny that you say it though, because it's like at the end of the day, like now, I make sure I give it to whoever. Like if I can't go,
Yeah.
or like we have the sound guy, so like he has the file. So I'll be like, yo, just give the DJ the flash drive and just let him know like this is how we run the shit.
Yeah.
Because like you don't want the artist to look bad at the end of the day. Because I sometimes I do book Ty somewhere and I can't go. And if it goes bad, then he'll be like, I'm not gonna do it without you. So it's like a double.
But it feels good though, right?
Nah, because then like we're not doing the booking for him. So like he'll be like, yo, don't book no shit if you're not gonna go. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like, damn, all right.
But it's kind of a good thing too, though, because it solidifies your position.
Our chemistry
right?
though, it doesn't matter. I could give him the same song. It's the chemistry. Like that's gonna take a long time. You know what I mean? Like we could do a show and have a set and we could just talk and he can give me keywords and boom, I'm firing.
You know
off the
what to
song.
drop.
You know
when to
Yeah,
drop it.
exactly. So it's like the chemistry. Like I'm like to me, that's always gonna oversee that. Like you can have a good show with him, and that's cool. Like that's just gonna be like every time I need as a backup, you're gonna be the first guy I hit. Like I'm not worried about it. Like I know what I bring to the table besides the actual show. It's like doing other things, getting shows, getting clubs. Like not everybody's doing that in my role. I book shows and clubs, so like I'm doing that. So I'm doing well with that, if that makes sense. So like that already on top of having chemistry and booking shows and doing other business shit.
You ain't gotta prove anything to us, man. You
No, I'm just saying. No, I'm just saying. No, I'm just saying though. Like that to me is like what's like also, you know what I mean? He keeps me around. Like
no, we believe you. We believe you. No one could do it like me. I do this. I do this. I do that.
It's just like that's
I'm
just
not getting replaced.
no. I just
Especially
feel
from
like
you,
that's just
never.
that just makes you more of an asset. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like because at the end of the day,
100%.
anybody could play the songs. You know what I mean? It's like I always tell them I have the easiest job. Like start, stop. You know what I mean?
I want to bring this up because you know what happened with Wiz Khalifa at Poppy.
And I was supposed to DJ that.
You were
shit,
supposed
but
to
I was
DJ that
supposed
shit.
To DJ that shit.
Wow.
But I couldn't do it because I think we had a show. So they were like, "Yo," they hired the next guy, Mike.
So Wiz Khalifa's DJ Bonix, who's obviously a homie for all of us.
Absolutely.
We love Bonix. I was making the joke kind of like, oh, he set up the poppy DJs.
Nah.
So that in my head, I'm thinking I'm like, yo, he set up the poppy DJs, so he looks good. And like Wiz Khalifa's like, yo, you ain't leaving my side.
Nah, this is a sensitive subject, but I'm gonna speak on it because one thing, like, I'm Taylor Gang, and like one thing I know about Wiz and Nate and Will, when they go, they have a flash drive, and they'll be like, yo, these are the songs. No, they'll be right there. They'll tell her like, yo, this is what you want me to play. Boom, 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 boom. Like that, I know they always come prepared. So I know for a fact that wasn't the issue. You know what I'm saying? Like they came there, gave them the flash drive,
right?
Told them what songs, why, who, what, when, where. Now it's the other shit. The homie that's on the side is fucking reaching over, talking, pissing Wiz off. It's not Mike. You know what I mean?
All right, so we for a little backstory, we're talking about the situation where Wiz Khalifa was performing at Poppy, and there was DJ Mikey Danger,
yes,
who's part of Made as well, right?
Yep.
And
the MC is Tron.
Yeah,
Tron was the MC there, and then Wiz got physical. Like I guess he was mad because he thought the DJs and were fucking up his.
But if you look at the whole video, you see him talking like, yo, like, let's all get on the same page. Like, there's earlier parts in the video where he's just like, yo, like, why are you talking? It's like my time. Like, you had your time to talk.
Well, yeah. I heard, so this is what I heard, and this is rumors that I heard from the grapevine.
I'm going to tell you if it's true or not.
Okay. That's what I'm just going to say. What I heard was Mikey Danger didn't do anything wrong.
He didn't.
He was doing his shit. I heard that Tron was on the mic.
Yes.
Taking music out, talking over while Wiz was rapping.
Yes.
So Wiz was actually mad at Tron. He was probably designating his energy to Tron and Mikey Danger because he didn't know what was going on while he was performing.
Absolutely. It's just like a combo thing. You're going to win together, you're going to lose together. You feel me? Like, you're the MC for the night, you're the DJ. And if you're fucking up, one of them's fucking up, you're going to make the other guy look crazy.
Yeah, I heard that Tron was like stopping the music, rewinding it, starting over a song, or doing like weird shit.
Yeah.
And then Wiz was like, what the fuck are you doing?
Absolutely.
I think Wiz was like, there's too many chefs in the kitchen. Like,
absolutely.
What are you guys doing?
Yeah, because I saw some footage where he was yelling at motherfuckers like, yo.
He's like, it's my time now. Like, you know what I mean? Like, let me go. Like,
right.
Like, you had your time already. Mm-hmm. And by then, like, if you know Wiz, he's a cool guy. Like, for me to see him like that, I'm like, I already knew. Like, before I even heard the whole story, I kind of already seen what happened. Like, I could imagine just knowing all the personalities, what could have happened. And when I heard the story, I'm like, I knew it. I knew exactly what it was. Because, like, bro, you can't be the MC reaching over, stopping them. Like, at that point, you got to just give up the mic. There should be no reason. Mm-hmm. There should be no reason you have a microphone.
But I mean, like, no DJ would do that. I feel like no DJ would cross that boundary.
But here's the thing: where was the management? Shouldn't the manager have come to the stage and was like, "Yo, Tron, chill with the fucking microphone"?
I think it's one of those things where, like, they know Tron and, like, they was trying to give him the benefit of the doubt, and they didn't really see it escalating the way it was until, like, this shit happened. Mm-hmm. And I think the most unfortunate part is when he, like, took his hat and threw it. Like, that's
when Wiz like slapped his hat off.
That was like the most unfortunate part. That's when it's like, damn, man.
Well, I mean, he was pushing them. That was unfortunate too, though. Wiz was pushing Mikey Danger and Tron.
It was more Tron more than anything, but you know what I mean? Because he's like, yo, don't fucking hug me, like, bitch.
Yeah, he already ticked off at that point.
That point, he's already hot.
But Tron was acting familiar, right? He was just Tron like, come on, man. You know,
that's the thing about Tron. Like, we all love Tron. He's a good-hearted dude. And, like, he doesn't mean bad.
No.
And, like, that's why, like, a lot of times, like, we just feel like, oh, it's Tron. Like, because he's actually a good dude. But then there's been times where I've been like, yo, man, just let me do my thing. Like, just go party and go have fun.
Yeah, he loves getting on the microphone. Just like,
yeah, sometimes, though, I got to be like, hey, man, I love you. And, like, you're my dog. But, like, I got it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even.
Because that could mess with your energy, too.
Yeah, it can. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes they're reaching over. There's girls. And, like I said, like, he has good intentions. So, if it was anybody else, I would cuss you out. And there's been times I've cussed him out, but it was like some brotherly love. Like, I apologize afterwards. Like, yo, man, like, it just get me hot. Like, I would take my shit serious. Like, I do this for a living. Like, I'm not here to party. I'm not here to, like, have fun with girls. Like, I'm really here to do a job. So, like, sometimes, yeah, I take it hot, and I might be an asshole, but at the end of the day, I'm sorry, but this is why I feel the way I feel. Like, you're just fucking up what I'm trying to do. And it's happened before. So that's why when I seen the video, I'm like, dang, I know exactly what happened. And there's been times where I have to like just be like, bro, just have fun. Like, you're not here to really work. You're just here to have fun, and that's cool. Like, you don't gotta be on the mic. I got it.
You think that video just got too viral?
I think it did because they only show one part of it. They just show like, you know what I mean, the physical
shoving,
part.
yeah.
Yeah, they don't show like what actually led up to it. You know what I mean? Like, you don't show Wiz like really trying to like let them know like, come on, man, like let's do it right. Like, let's get on the same page. Like, if they started with that, it's not as big of a deal. Like, if they just show you what they want to see, the narrative of like,
that's the clickbait.
Yeah, the clickbait. You know what I mean?
I didn't like both sides.
I know, I don't.
One side was like, yo, Wiz is fucked up. He's putting his hands on people. That's fucked up. I mean, he shouldn't have put his hands on motherfuckers, but everyone's like, cancel Wiz. And then there's all these other motherfuckers that's like, you know, I never fucked up as a DJ that bad. You know, like the DJ must have really been fucking horrible.
Yeah.
So, and I felt bad for that because I was like, I don't think it was the DJ's fault at all. And I felt like Mikey Danger was getting that
Here's the
rap,
hard part about
you know?
that DJ booth. That DJ booth is in the table, right?
Yeah.
So like, if you've been to Poppy, the DJ booth is inside the table. So
No, it's a part of the table.
Yeah, there's a lot of things going on. There's people bumping
It's
you,
chaotic.
pushing you. There's like bus boys.
Yeah, it's
and waitresses.
crazy.
Like, there's a lot of
It's
shit
the
going on.
worst DJ booth I've ever seen, honestly. It like, as far as location wise,
It's tough. It's tough because, and you can't even have guests there. Like,
No.
they don't even think you're gonna have a little girl or a little girl. Like, none of that.
The way to enter that section is through the lighting guy or the DJ booth side. So it's
Absolutely.
like
It's a
you
loose-
have like I don't know, hundreds of people bumping into you while you DJing.
Yeah, I'll tell people, if you're gonna come, buy a table. If not, I can't guarantee you anything.
Yeah.
Like, it's one of those clubs. Like, you have to have a table. If not, don't even bother coming.
Fam, I went there to see Ross one time, and it was like me and another and a friend, and we were just like, we were crammed in. I was like, yo, we just gotta leave. This isn't. It's not like a viable. It's like you can't even stand.
Like I said, you have to have a table.
You
like
and you in everyone's way.
Yeah, you have to have a table, and like, even being the DJ, you're damn near in the way. You're like, damn. But
Yeah.
that's why like people don't realize that's another variable in that situation. It's not like you're in a fucking at 11 or you're at Dre's where you have all this space and everything is like set up for you to have comfortability. Right there's like people are pushing you, and there's just so much going on that I don't think people really realize that added to that situation.
Yeah. It's one of the more chaotic like clubs I've ever been to.
That whole cancel Wiz and I would have done this, I would have done that. That's the one thing I hated. Like, everybody could say, "Oh, I would have socked him and this and that." It's like, yeah,
you would have pancaked him.
You say that now, bro. But man, you don't know what you would have done unless you were actually in those shoes. And it's unfortunate because Mikey's one of my close friends.
Yeah,
and Wiz is obviously one of my close friends. So it's just like, damn. It's like you feel bad, you know what I'm saying, for both sides. I just, and a part of me was like, damn, if I would have just DJ'd the shit,
because that was another thing.
So it's your fault.
People were saying,
I felt bad. I felt bad in a sense. I felt bad.
Damn,
I felt bad because I could have canceled the other shit, but I just didn't do it.
A lot of people were saying like, yo, he wouldn't have did that to a Dre Sinatra. Or
No, because we're on point. Because I do shit like that for him. That's why, like, normally, like, they already asked me. That's why they asked me, like, yo, can you do it? Because they go down the line, like, can such and such do it?
And you would have told Tron to chill or back off.
I've told
with him to do that.
I have, yeah. Like, it's a relationship, like, where, like, yo, Tron was good. Like, go have fun, come back, give the mic later on.
Well, Tron probably wouldn't even try to do that with you because he knows.
He knows I'm gonna handle it.
Exactly,
you know I'm gonna handle it. You know what I'm saying? With Mikey, he's got to be on the microphone a little bit more because Mike's just gonna more mix.
DJ, yeah.
He gonna mix more, so Tron's gonna have more room to talk. Me, he gotta like follow me a little more because I'm gonna talk more. So he don't have to be as much of a presence on the mic with me.
Yeah.
And I will be like, yo, bro, stop.
I felt for Mikey Danger.
I did too.
You know,
I called him a couple times, but bro, I called them a couple times. I was calling both sides, like just trying to help mend the shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I'm very tight with both sides. So like when that shit was going on, like I was communicating with both sides, trying to like even just see if there's like a way they could meet, squash it or whatever without cameras, like just on some real genuine shit.
Yeah. I wanted Mikey to come on the podcast to say his side and shit, but I'm glad you're here to like kind of, kind of set it all straight and whatnot.
And like I'm trying to be like I'm in the middle, like I said, because they're both my friends. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to be accountable for if this happened. You got to be accountable. You got to hold yourself to a standard where it's like, yo, you got to tell somebody, hey, if they're fucking up me playing music, you got to be like, hey man, stop. You as a DJ, you can't not say something. You know what I mean? Like there's DJs that have guys or MCs like tell them how to do this, play what song. Me, I'll be like, bro, let me DJ, let me do my job, like let me do my shit. Like there's no offense, like don't take offense, but like I'm here to DJ. Like at the end of the day, I don't need an MC. And like if I rock with you, I rock with you, cause I fuck with you or you're good. But if you're not gonna make the shit better, like just don't do it.
I mean, everyone has different agendas. Your agenda is to do your job and
absolutely
kill room. And sometimes, other motherfuckers got different agendas. Like they're not trying to do what's best for the room.
I've been in arguments with people before. Like, bro, like stop that shit. Like that's not what it's about. Like this party isn't just about you. It's like about everybody in the vibe. Like I could play all the songs I want, but it's not about me. It's about what these people want.
How you feel about LA nightlife right now?
We was just talking about a little bit, like there's just less big clubs, like the supper clubs. Like I miss like the supper clubs, the fucking One Oaks, even like the Playhouses. Like we don't have that right now.
Yeah.
Like the closest big club we have is Penthouse, which is dope, but we miss like those big rooms. Like it's more like loungy club vibes right now. Like we don't have those big rooms, so it's cool, but I miss that. I like that. Like I like doing like the stories, the lives, the dreads, where you have big production. You have the guy moving the lights with you. He's going with the music, confetti, shit like that. Like right now in LA, we don't have none of that. Nothing close to that.
Wow.
Besides Penthouse.
It seems like just like an emergence of day parties too. Everyone's doing like a good music day party or R&B like day party.
But see, all right, we were talking about the pandemic. I feel like the pandemic made those R&B shits like more popping because, like I said, people were listening to older music.
Right.
Like if you think about it, how many fucking R&B parties sprung up? Like it's like a thing, like where it's like everybody was doing R&B parties.
It is a lot.
A lot.
There's a lot in California.
That's what I'm saying though.
Yeah.
There's a lot of R&B parties.
There's a ton.
Shit ton.
Yeah. Like Highlight was probably like the more popping one, you know what I'm saying? Because everybody started coming like Drake, LeBron, and the exclusivity to it. That's what made that shit dope. Like it was kind of like almost the old Greystone where like if you're not with the right people, you're not bad. Like you're not getting into shit. Like it's not happening.
Are there big rooms in the city, but they're just not playing hip hop?
No.
Maybe
or is it just like, or is it just like a thing where there's just not big
like
rooms?
the EDM shit, but they do like a one-off.
Because I feel like we talk about it a lot. Like it seems like it's starting to be a shift again, where like the Latin music is.
Latin music is the biggest, big, you know big Bad Bunny is the biggest artist in the world.
And then like EDM is slowly, house music is slowly kind of like emerging again.
Yep.
And then you see like a little bit of decline in hip hop, maybe not as much LA.
Just because the music, the hip hop music, like the new shit right now is so dark. Like it's like damn, like it's like motherfuckers don't want to party to this shit. Like,
are you getting frustrated with some of the catalogs and the music that's coming out?
Yeah, because it's like dark. Like I said, like it's not like shit that the females want to hear. Like you're gonna play some young boy song for like the females are damn near gonna walk out.
But it's weird though. It's like there's just like even the sales for like hip hop is bad. It's just
a decline because it's like right now the pop shit's hot again, like the Harry Styles and all that. But just think about it, for one point it was like Little Baby, Moneybagg Yo on top, like Roddy Ricch. Now it's like,
It changed in like a year.
It did.
Fast.
Yeah. But that just goes back to what I'm saying. Like the music is just like it's not the best music that's coming out.
It's
like dark.
It's
like,
got to be frustrating though when you're doing hip hop parties and shit. No, or
right now I'm gonna put it like this. There's certain cities where you go and like the music from like 3 years, 4 years ago is like
popping.
The hot shit. Like it goes off more in prime time. You know what I mean? Like the new shit's not ringing off like that during prime time.
Yeah.
But like you play like you still play say Mo Bamba, a Lemonade, Commas, like shit like that. You can hit those three, boom, boom, boom. In some clubs, it'd be stupid. Like the song just came out.
So there's nothing new that's popping off right now in LA.
Give me your top 3 hip hop tracks for this year.
New?
Your top, yeah.
They're new. They're like from LA.
I'm not even gonna put you in a situation of a top 5. Give me
LA,
a top 3
from LA records.
Just all just hip hop.
I don't think it has to be LA.
The top 3 hip hop records of 2022, in your opinion, so far in October from Dre Sinatra. Right now.
I'm talking about records that just is personal or like what he can play in the club?
No, in the club.
Okay.
Well, it's crazy. That Future Wait For You is still big. Like, and the funny thing about that is like dudes and the girls be singing it. Like, it's like one of the hits for both. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and it's not a hard song. Like as far as like, you know, like tough
energy.
But like you play it and like both like genders is like really fuck with that song. Being like, damn, this shit's crazy. It's like a seance. I'm about to start lighting candles. And, you know what I mean? Like, let's have a seance in the club. But they love that shit. So I'm definitely putting that one right there.
Interesting.
Yeah. FNF.
Yeah.
The Glorilla. That one's another big one. And my third one.
It's tough, man. This time last year.
Yeah.
Yo, 4 years ago, it would have been, could have given me like a top 10. Could have listed 10 songs.
Yeah.
Maybe Jimmy Cooks right now.
Maybe.
I was thinking
Maybe Jimmy Cooks right now.
You playing 1 and 2 back to back? Part 1 and part 2 of the record?
It depends. You talking about step 1?
Yeah.
I'm playing the baby, the one with the Lil Baby. Lil Baby, anything goes right now. Lil Baby, any remixes like the Vulture Island remix, that shit goes. But even then, that shit's dark too when it first comes on. That's what I'm saying. A lot of the new music is just like the vibe to it is like very dark, so people just don't connect with it like some of this other shit that came out.
Is Ice Spice popping off in LA?
Munch?
Yeah.
It's starting to a little bit.
It's always a little late on the West Coast.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then it goes hard. But
once they fuck with it, they fuck with it.
The question is like, is she gonna have another what do you think about her?
Her music, she has other music that I just recently heard. Like, it was actually all right.
It wasn't bad.
It wasn't bad.
She sampled like Clarity, I think. There's one song where she sampled like Clarity.
Were you shocked too? You were like, it's actually not bad, right?
It's not bad.
Yeah.
I gotta support her because she's from the Bronx.
She's from the Bronx. No, she sampled that. You are a piece of me.
Oh shit,
that wish and didn't need. But then it was like a drill version. It was like, so she had that in the background. She's like, you know,
just spitting.
Yeah, she was like, it was actually like a breakup song or some shit. She was just like, you know, I thought I love you. I thought you was there for me. And then like it was over that shit. But I was like, this doesn't sound that bad.
I wish a girl called me a munch.
But you singing that shit in the club, right?
Yeah.
It's weird when dudes are singing it though, right?
Yeah, right. Only the ladies. Only the ladies.
I mean, it's crazy to call someone an eater.
A munch.
Or a munch.
A munch, dog.
It's great.
You better focus on yourself after that. She calls you a munch.
It's great though. I think it's great, yo. I think her look, the song, the timing for everything was great.
Yeah. Now every girl that has the little hair is like, oh, that's Ice Spice.
The little afro.
I swear, now every girl, like she has like a distinct look.
The little Orphan Annie look.
Yeah, it's gonna separate.
Little Orphan Annie.
Yeah, come on, bro.
It's Little Orphan Annie.
Yeah, she is. It's funny how you said that.
Nah, that's what it is.
It is, man.
Like as far as like an artist, I really feel like this. She came with a full package for me. She got the look. She got a decent sound. It's kind of new, and you know, I think everyone was like on her about her live performance and shit. But I was just like, what is she gonna do? She probably she probably didn't do any shows.
Is she signed to a label? I feel like she's like independent. She put that shit out herself.
Yeah, I mean,
like you said, she doesn't have no formal training, like breathing control and all that stuff. She don't.
I mean, stage presence. I mean, I don't know what they expect from artists now. It's not like she's been.
She ain't been working with A&R.
Yeah, she wasn't there for like 4 years and shit.
I bet she gonna learn now. I bet next time she come out, she gonna think about it twice.
Oh yeah.
I thought it was decent. I'm like,
I mean, people don't understand that there's probably no monitors. She probably had no in-ears.
Yeah, she just
it's tough.
504 and just threw her on stage. Like,
that's what I'm saying. It's tough. Like people don't understand like the technical side of it. Like if there's no monitors, you're gonna hear a delay as it is. You're gonna sound even crazier if you're rapping to the delay.
Right.
Like there's just so much shit that people don't even realize. But at the same time, shit, your team or somebody should know better. Like, yo, we need monitors, or we need an in-ear or something for her. Get her something.
Like when you do festivals and shit, is that the worst? Is like that the most pressure when you're doing like a festival with like 20,000 motherfuckers or whatever?
No, doing the smaller shit is more stressful.
Really?
It's like because you could actually see the people and connect more. With like 20,000 people, you don't have to lock eyes with nobody.
You can
It's
see
like
the
a
reaction,
blur.
And they can see you.
Yeah.
It's like a blur, but when you're with like 200 people, 100 people, it's like they're right there, and like you can see their eyes, and it's like more. I get more nervous for 200 people than 20,000 people.
That makes sense. The intimacy is different, right?
Yeah,
They're
it
just
is.
staring at you like, what you gonna do?
But sometimes those 200 people could be more lit than the 20,000 people. Like that little show could be more of a movie than 20,000 because you could like feel the intensity and like everybody's just like in a small little room.
Man. So wait, for the rest of the year, you're still touring with?
Yeah,
with
about to
Ty?
go to Australia, about to go to Bali for like about a month.
This is great. So now internationals open up this year, right? So
Yeah.
you guys are you're caking off of all this international touring right now.
Well, we're trying to get just back into the swing. Like we're going out there with YG and Ty, so we're just getting back into like
YG and Ty.
Yeah, so it's gonna be a movie in Australia. So we're getting back into like just them having like their little synergy as far as like they got a lot of music together, and then YG's putting new albums out. So they're just trying to get back out there. They haven't been in Australia in about 2-3 years, so try to go out there at least every year, every other year. But since the pandemic happened, and everything, it's just right time to go back.
Are they
out.
fine tuning to maybe put together a tour in the States?
That was always the talk. There was always talking about doing Ty, YG, and Mustard tour, but for whatever reason, it just never happened.
Yeah.
That's like the best of both worlds back in the day.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
That'd be
absolutely.
Yeah.
That'd be fucking dope.
I always wanted that, like a tour with like Ty, YG, Mustard, and then to have like openers. Like at the time, it would have been like Nipsey, like you know what I mean, like Dom Kennedy.
You can even
like
throw like Tiger in there.
yeah,
right?
like but Tiger's big, bro. I don't know, man. Tiger could do his own tour
Roddy
right now,
bitch.
bro. Yeah, like Tiger right now in Europe, he's still like the god MC out there, bro. Like they fuck with Tiger.
What happened to Young California? Like I feel like Young California could have had its own festival or tour. Shit
We
like
was
that.
doing like our little shows before, but then it's just like, yo, there's different people and like there's just more people to answer to, and it's like you can't really do it the way you want to do it. So it's like, just kind of leave it alone.
What was your
couple-
role with Young California?
I was doing like all the LA shit with Charisma and just kind of like, it was just kind of bridging the gap because there was a certain time where the Bay and LA didn't fuck with each other at all. Like musically, like people, like we just.
Oh, when was that?
This was like early 2000s, 90s.
Really?
Yeah, like the Bay in LA historically has always been, especially if you're Mexicans, like it's like some whole gang politics, like Southsiders and Norteños.
So it stemmed from more gangs than the
Stem
music.
from gangs and like from the music too. Like shit, motherfuckers in up north would diss in LA. Like there was always a time where like, I don't know if it was culture, but it was kind of just like we don't fuck with up north and up north didn't fuck with us.
Oh, it had to do with like LA wasn't playing Bay Area music, right, on the radio or nothing.
No,
Some
we're playing
shit like
we
that.
were playing some of it, but it was just like it's just a rivalry.
It's like a
up-
sibling rivalry almost.
It's like a rivalry up north versus down south.
Really?
And gang culture too, like both. So like our thing was just like how do we bridge that gap? Like how do we put that shit together? Like Amen was doing his thing, Criminal was doing her thing. It's like how do they bring all that shit together? Because it was like a bunch of people, like I Am Sue, fucking so many people at the time. Yeah, Sage.
Yeah.
And then down here it was like Problem, Ty, Joe Moses.
Yeah.
Like all those. So we're like trying to figure out like how do we link them all together so it's all good and it's cool. It's not like, man, they're from up north, man, fuck that. It's just like, nah, we're all from California. Like it's all love. Like if we're gonna play the Bay shit in LA, play the LA shit in the Bay. Like that was our agenda to it. Like,
And it
how do we
worked.
link it worked.
It worked.
It worked because it was the right timing of artists. Like, you know what I mean? Just like I said, it was like, even though Nipsey had been out for a little bit, it's like those cats like Nipsey, Problem, Ty, YG,
RJ.
RJ wasn't even out
Later.
at that time. Who else was big? Dom Kennedy.
Dom.
Who else was big in that scene?
Casey Veggies was part
Yeah,
of that.
Casey Veggies, and like I said, the I Am Sues, Saints and Geminis.
That kid that had Whose Booty Is It?
Kid Ink,
Oh yeah, kidding.
John Hart.
John
Yeah.
Hart.
So we had like the right amount of artists that was like putting out good music.
It was like crazy. West Coast was killing it.
It takes that. I think that's why like that run was hot, because it was good music and it was it was like 10, 12, 15 artists.
It was great.
Right now, it's like, just think about it. Who can you think? Give me 5 or 7 new cats right now.
It's not a lot. And if they are popping, I mean, on
It's
the West
different.
Coast,
It's different.
if they are popping, it's not crossing over. You know, so it's
Exactly.
very, very regional right now.
Like the newer cats we have is like R.O.A.D, Bino. Who else?
It's funny though.
Blux
You know what's
Can.
weird? On Rowdy's like Late at Night, you know that single for that album,
Yeah.
there was a complete turn in his like fan base. It was like everyone, like Rowdy Rich could like do no like wrong. He was like the shit. And all of a sudden when this second album dropped, it was like people weren't trying to hear that shit for some reason.
People
Did you
turned
feel
on
that?
him. Yeah,
it was
people turned on him.
it was weird, right though?
It was weird.
It
but
was so instantaneous and it came from nowhere. It was just
That's how the internet is, though. As soon as they're done with you, bro, it's over.
and the album was
But
was
I
good.
feel like he almost sounds even more polished on the second album.
He had some good shit. Like
I like the first album more personally,
Yeah.
but he had some music. Like, I remember he let me hear some shit with Kendrick, some shit with Drake that was like fire that never came out.
Yeah.
But for whatever reason, shit, all you could do is just keep working.
But when Cali was killing it, I remember that shit because I was in Vegas and I would go back to New York and I would listen to New York and I'm like, yo, y'all not playing any of this new shit. You guys are still on like old ass New York shit.
Oh, Jay-Z.
Yeah, old Jay-Z. I'm just like, yo, like y'all still, and I was just like, yo, y'all falling off. I would tell motherfuckers
But
in
yo,
New York.
you know what it is?
At that
like,
time.
I'm not throwing shade, but like New York reminds me of the Bay, where it's like their old shit, like they cherish shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like out there, you still play like Mac Dre, fucking songs like that in the Bay, and
Yeah.
it's like the fucking biggest shit.
Dizzle Dance is still here.
Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? It's like
Myself.
they appreciate that culture, like to the point where like the young kids still like it, and like
Yeah.
the mid kids. So like same thing with New York, like they appreciate the old shit. Like you play Biggie or you play certain old Jay songs, like still gonna ring off.
Well, New York, they got no choice because there ain't nothing else. Well, I mean, now they got a choice because there's all this like new music emerging
The
out of
drill
New
music.
York in the past 3 or 4 years.
Like LA DJs right now, like you're not really gonna play California Love. You're not gonna play Next Up. So like that's gonna be more like a out of towner that comes to do a set and they still playing that shit. But like a real LA DJ right now is not.
Why
gonna,
you trying to shit on out of town DJs?
I'm just saying though, because
Doing
they
the Cali
gotta,
shit.
no, they gotta
Cali
do their
set.
research. So they
Not
gotta
for
do
nothing. That's good to know, though.
You gotta do the research though, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Come tap in and see what the new shit is. Like ASM, the Bobster, you know what I'm saying? Tap in with the new shit. Blue Bloods Clan, like see what the new shit is. Don't come with like the same old shit. Like motherfuckers ain't trying to hear
Nothing
that.
but a G thing.
Yeah, like that's cool.
Now you know what they hate. You know what's the record they hate?
Which one?
Is going back to Cali. The Biggie that Biggie shit. When they hear that shit, they're like, oh, this motherfucker. This New York motherfuckers thinking they playing a West Coast
It's
set.
just like, bro, and then they're gonna be like, they're gonna tell you they're from Brooklyn like 30 times. Like, dog, I got it after the 15th time. You told me Brooklyn is here. Like, I get it. Like, Brooklyn is here. After the 15th time, I understood. Brooklyn is here.
Yo, wait. So what do you think is harder, DJing in New York or DJing in LA?
DJing in New York.
Just because it's foreign.
It's just there's a different mentality. You know what I'm saying? There's more personality. Like, out there, you have to be bigger on your personality.
Yeah, yeah.
If you're doing certain clubs out here, you can get by on just mixing.
But you know,
Not
I was
talking
talking
much.
to a Cali DJ, and he thought I was full of shit, and I was like, "Yo, motherfuckers were not on the mic in the 2000s. Like the motherfuckers didn't really start getting on the mic till bottle service hip hop clubs started popping, and then I'm like, New York DJ's been on the mic since like the fucking 80s,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
and I'm like,
That was like your strong point for
Yeah.
New York DJs to me. What I think is like the mic presence. It's like you had to be bigger and louder and like more confident. Like in Cali is just like how good you can mix, how clean you can mix. Like that's what it was.
but it started shifting 8 or so years ago, I would say, and then you guys were on the mic more.
Yeah, we had to.
Yeah.
We had to get on the mic. Like I remember like just working how far I've come from my shit. Like damn, like just and I give credit to just being around drama, just like learning the certain things, like the confidence of like just speaking on a situation and turning that into something like that helped me as far as that. Like I got to learn from one of the best, like just being around that. Like yeah, this guy's fucking amazing. Like, what the fuck? He got me gassed up. He got me ready to pop a fucking bottle right now. He about to start this record. He can give you a speech. He about to tell you some crazy shit. Like, just learn off of watching shit like that.
So was Drama the one who kind of gave you ideas or inspiration for like
just being
work?
around him, just being around him. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
we didn't really have conversations, but just being around
Just
him,
watching him
just
work.
watching him work, and like how he had the confidence, and like he had like the mixture of like the South and like the East Coast because he's from Philly.
Yeah.
But he's also in Atlanta D, so it's like a good mixture. You know what I mean? So like I just figured out like, all right, this will work for me, for myself.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm not trying to do that. I'm inspired by it, but what works for me.
Right.
So being around that.
It's funny. It's like when you start like kind of building your mic work game. When you start building your mic game, it's like it starts with a couple phrases. So you need like a turn up phrase.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you need like a bunch of phrases, but you need to make it your own because you can't really bite off of somebody else.
Mine was movie. You know what I'm saying? That was like what I built my shit off of.
Wait, so what was it?
Movie.
Movie? Oh,
Movie.
like it's a movie tonight?
Movie. Just like that. It's a movie. Not even it's a movie, just a movie. Everything was a movie.
On the mic.
Movie. You know what I'm saying? That's it. That's it. Just off of
Come
that.
on, man.
Motherfuckers coming to me, movie. Shit's a movie. Like, you know what I mean? Like that was what I built my shit off.
Yeah, you just get like certain catchphrases, and then as you get into like more situations, you start building more
elaborating.
phrases.
Yeah.
So then like if you start getting really good, you got like 20, 30 phrases. So whenever the music cuts out instantly,
Or if
you're
you're
like,
witty.
yeah. Or you go through speeches, like you have like, oh, I have this speech, and then I got 2 speeches now, and I got 3. Now I got like 6 speeches I could work around someone's birthday, you know, a Saturday night.
What if the music
You know,
cuts off? You have to have that speech.
You gotta have that.
The laptop cut off or whatever the fuck, something happened, like shit. It's like I said, it's about how witty you could be at that time. Like,
Right.
oh shit, this happened. I'm gonna just talk about this. Next
it-
thing you know, the whole club is like fucking in tears.
And it's like a muscle memory because you have to have this confidence in your voice. Even if you don't know what you're going to say, you just got to let your mouth like just kind of project any. It's like sometimes like some shit happens and I have to like just talk shit.
Improvise.
I'm not even thinking about, I'm just like talking.
Exact, bro.
Because it's
on the
like-
fucking head.
There's like a muscle memory of your just like knowing what to say, and then the words just come out of like my mouth.
You done been through so much shit,
Yeah.
or you done seen like somebody been in a bad situation. Like,
Yeah.
all right, I could learn off of this. I could learn off of that situation. So if that ever happens to me, I know exactly what to
Right.
do.
And I
You
don't,
know-
even, and I don't even thinking like the music shut off. Like, oh, we ain't fucking around tonight. We ain't
Yeah,
fucking around.
yeah.
It's crazy here. It's crazy, ladies. Who's celebrating birthday? And I'm like fixing shit. We celebrating birthday tonight. How are we still drinking? Are we still drinking? Like, and you're just like going through shit that like phrases and things, and it's like you're not even thinking. You're just
Yeah.
like, just
muscle memory.
yeah. You're just like diarrhea is just coming out of your mouth, and it's
Who's fucking
and it's
tonight?
working. Yeah.
Yo, recently in San Diego, I just did some shit, right? And it was Ray Shrummer, no, Sway Lee, and he brought out Soulja Boy. My laptop crashed 4 times within that set.
Oh,
Why?
shit.
I have no fucking idea, but this shit just kept crashing and crashing, and like every time it would crash at the right time, like where it sounded like I was cutting the music off.
Yeah.
And like they were big songs, so like let's just say it was unforgettable. So like it would cut off at the right time where like they could just finish the song. But they don't know, like this shit's crashing. I'm just
So they didn't know what was going on.
They don't know what's going on. They're just thinking I'm cutting the shit off or
Guys thinking he's a genius.
yeah, exactly.
Cutting the shit off at the
and
right
then
time.
I'll be like, hold on, Sway. I don't think they're ready for that. Boom, boom. Then they bring out Soulja Boy. He performs Swag On. Wow. They're going crazy again. Boom, shit cuts off like right into the hook. They finish singing the whole shit, but it's just like shit like that. Like they never knew because I never was like, yo.
You never panicked.
I never panic. I would just make it ready. As soon as they're done, I'll be like, all right, hold on, Sway. I might have to add like 2 words just to buy me 10 more seconds. Boom. All right, what you want here? Bang, ready. But they never
you
knew
had-
4 times my shit
So you had
crashed.
to restart your Serato.
Yes, bro. That shit's happened to me when I'm with Ty, with Sway. I'm talking about that Rolling Loud, Made in America, like shit, crazy shit.
Yo, why don't you have like sticks that are ready to go?
I do sometimes, but yo, it would happen the one day where you're so
Yeah.
confident, like I don't need no stick. And what happens that day? Shit's just going bonkers.
That's fucking crazy.
The one day you don't bring the stick, like everything's good. We're hitting in full stride.
Yeah.
That's the one day you need to stick the most.
Hey, yo.
Bro, this shit done happened to me at Rolling Loud and Made in America.
Rolling Loud?
Bro, I swear to God. This shit happened to me like full like.
Was it the heat?
I don't know. I think it was the drivers, because I was still plugging into an SL3 box.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And when you plug into SL3 box, bro, it shit makes your shit go faster, like sound like it's in Chipmunk, or like it'll crash or like delay. And like this shit was happening during the show. And like luckily I have a chemistry with Ty where like if I give him a sign like this, that means like just go play, go a cappella, or with like the drummer and the keyboard, like if I do this, that means y'all got to keep going. Something's going on with the laptop.
When you do the fight the power.
When I do this, like it stop. It's like the stop. This is like our stop sign. Like he does this to me, it means stop. If I do this to him or do this, that means halftime, time out.
Never would have never known that in San Diego.
Exactly. Now you know, right?
Yeah, brother.
Yo, if he turns around to you, it goes like this. Yo, stop the music.
They just gave it to him.
Now I know.
And if you have problems, just go like this. Time out, halftime.
Got it.
Yo, Dre.
Bro, in front of 20,000 people, bro.
Really? I would have had a heart attack.
That shit, bro. The Made in America one's the one that really bothered me the most. So like I would wake up like, just like, fuck, I wish I could like have that one back.
Yeah.
Really? It was bad?
It was bad because like the music started like Chipmunk. Like the song is fast, and I remember Ty looking back at me like, what the fuck is going on? Like,
I'm just paranoid.
yo, it was fast, bro. And I remember him looking at me, and I'm like, damn, like, I felt bad for him because I'm like, damn, this is out of his hands. Like,
Yeah.
It's funny how like I still think about a bad night. I could be like,
that one
it'll
haunts
just come
me.
out.
That
It
one
does
haunts
haunt
me.
you?
Made in America and Rolling Loud, they haunt me still to this day. Those are the two that really stick out to me. Like, damn, like I went in so confident, and like it was just the equipment, like the technical side of it that you can't avoid. Like that's where I get more nervous. Sometimes it's like that aspect. It's not me that I'm gonna get nervous of what I gotta do. It's like the equipment. Like, is this shit gonna be good?
Being reliant on technology.
Yeah, bro, that shit don't happen. Like, you could rehearse it for a week. You could go to sound check and have the best sound check. But when you push start during the show, this shit starts acting up. You're like,
That's so nerve wracking too.
it's the worst.
Yeah.
Does Ty know he understands though? Or-
he understands, but I don't have conversations like, bro, if you shit on me, we're both gonna look crazy up there.
Right.
If you just like figure it out, if I give you the sign and to keep talking or this, just keep going until I can figure it out.
That's
dope.
good.
That's dope that y'all had that understanding.
Cause I showed him the video when Lil Wayne threw the jacket, or when Biggie's DJ got cussed out. Like I done showed him that shit.
Big cap.
I'm like, bro, I'm like, we look crazy if that's me and you. You know what I'm saying? Like if we could not let the people know that some bullshit is happening, then that's where the professionalism is, and you're always gonna be straight.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But if we're fighting on stage and we're talking shit to each other, we're gonna look dumb. So that's where that came from. Like,
I mean, it's like, you know, when it's showtime, it's showtime. So like when shit's gonna happen, you know, like it's still a show. You got to keep the show going.
yeah,
It's just you're right. It is the worst when you see an artist lose it, or like, you know, like I think Robin Thicke one time was like mad at his drummer or his bass player, and he was like, "You're fired after this" or something. And it just makes you look at the artist like, "Damn, you're a
that's
fucking
how you are,
asshole."
huh?
nah, for sure. It's like afterwards you can cuss me out or whatever. Or I'll even apologize if I know I fucked up. I'm gonna be like, damn, yo, bro, I fucked up right here, my bad. Like, you know what I mean? Like I'll tell him like straight up. But at the end of the day, like it is what it is. As long as we don't look stupid up there, that's it. We can have our conversation at the end of the day. Because just like you said, what if he does that to me? Like people will be like, he's a fucking asshole.
Right.
Yeah.
Just why?
When we getting new Ty shit?
He just dropped a song, last Friday, Wednesday, with Dirk and Mustard. It's going to be one of the songs that's featured on the NBA on ESPN too.
Oh shit.
Nice.
My friends. So we shot the video for that. He did a special version that has like the basketball players' names. So like when you watch an NBA, you can hear the song come out.
It's a good song.
I
My
like it.
friends.
Yeah, my friends.
Yeah,
I love it.
it's a good song.
It made me pick up my disposable camera and started taking pictures with all my friends.
I saw that video. It
Yeah.
was dope.
It's like I just want to just capture. Like now, the older I get, the more I appreciate all these trips. More. So like the pandemic made you realize, like, yo, this shit could be taken away at any time. So now it's just like, I want to take pictures, and I want to have these pictures of my friends that I could just always have.
Yeah.
And these memories. It's like, I sit there, took the picture. You only have one shot.
It's funny you say that. Like, I've been very, like, I've just been super busy, and I've been, like, anti-social media. Like, I've been, like, not wanting to post pictures of myself or, like, all of this shit. And I was just looking through, you know, my photos, and I was just like, yo, like, I just felt, I got emotional because I was like, I don't know when I'm going to see these motherfuckers again. You know, like, or like we'll be hanging out with somebody I haven't seen in maybe 2-3 years. And I'm like, damn, we didn't get a picture. And then before I'd be like, fuck the picture. But now I'm like, I kind of want the picture.
Yeah.
Because I just never know. Like, I want that memory. I was looking through like the summer, and I had all these pictures and videos that I never posted. And, you know, I was just kind of like, damn, I kind of want to like, I want to like post it on my feed just so I could go on my feed and I could like look at it.
Right.
And remember the journey that I had this year. You know what I'm saying?
That's how my Instagram is like my journey. I try to like
Yeah.
delete shit and just leave shit that like is relevant to my life.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's funny you said that with Nipsey. Last time I see him, I was like, I wanted to ask him for a picture, but he was with his girl. I was like at the station.
Yeah.
And I was leaving. Like, normally I'll be like, yo, let's flick it up. And I was gonna ask him, and I was like, man, I'm gonna ask him when I see him next weekend. And I didn't end up seeing him next weekend, and the shit that happened, but that shit made me look at it different. Like, when I see my friends, I appreciate them more. I treat them like it's the first and last time I see them, regardless. Like, I hate to have that outlook, but it's like you just never know.
Yeah.
Like, I give my friends my flowers, like, yo, bro, I love you. I'll see you when I see you. You know what I mean? But that moment changed me, like, made me look at it different. Like, now, like you said, I'm gonna take the flick. Like, let's get a flick. Like, who knows if when I'm gonna see you?
I'm trying to do that, man. I'm really bad at it. I hate bothering motherfuckers for flicks.
Me too, but at the end of the day, bro, sometimes it's just like, man, that memory is gonna be, the worst they could do is say no.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But if they say, yeah, that memory is just always there.
It's true, man. It's true. Yo, Dre, I'm very, you know, this is one of our longer episodes.
In a while, huh?
Yeah.
Long time.
I'm very happy you came through finally.
No, I'm honored, bro.
Got
I
you
was
on the
like,
podcast.
man, I hope I come on this podcast at one point, man.
Yeah, I'm telling you, when I hit him up, he was right away. He texted me right back. I was like, all right, cool, let's get it.
Yeah,
No, it's good.
the
Like,
taste is-
I like
Appreciate that, bro.
talking about, you know, LA shit. I'm really like curious about a lot of LA shit, you know.
I know you always represent for the East Coast, so it's like I gotta
No,
come
but
on now for the
no.
West Coast.
You know what he just found out about? He found out like the house parties and the party cruise
The LA
Deep house shit, this was jumping.
the LA party cruise.
with the badges and all
Were
that
you
shit.
ever down with that shit or not?
Of course, that's how I started.
Really?
That's how I started. I started doing my own parties and doing flyer parties and
Yeah.
all kinds of shit. It was like a big thing. Like the house party shit was jumping. It was like a culture thing.
What was the name of your crew?
We were a DJ crew, UTS, Unity Through Sound. It was all DJs. So we all had like our little area. And
When did it end for you for that shit? In what year?
that I was doing that between like 94 and 94 and 2000.
94, 2000.
Yep.
It's crazy to me that there's this history like the LA party cruise. But when we get a majority of the DJs here, like the first 3 years of LA, the first 3 to 4 years of LA DJs we get here, all I hear about is just radio. So like the formula for a club DJ or a DJ in LA was just like you just had to get into radio.
Yeah, at one point that was like the hot shit. Like you're a Power in the 6 DJ. That's
Yeah.
like, oh
If you wrote
shit.
98, the original beat.
Just
92.8.
anything. It was just
Yeah.
always radio. It was
But
just
if
always
you were
based on radio.
Power though, Power was always more the hot shit. Like this LA's always been a Power. So you was like a DJ Henry, a fucking Vice, like Chalk. Like
Yeah.
it was,
I was telling these
Hunky
motherfuckers.
Vision.
I was
Yeah.
telling them, I was like, yo, no more LA DJs because everyone has the same fucking story. They like starting, they have to get into radio, they have to do radio.
I didn't even want to do radio. That shit just came towards the end. And I always said to myself, like, yo, if I do radio, I'm gonna do it like if the opportunity
Yeah.
presents itself. Like I wasn't something I was chasing. They opened a new station and like I got a bunch of calls and texts where they're like, yo, you should holler at them. I think they want to fuck with you on the radio. But by that point it was like the lust had been gone. Like I saw like how
Wait,
radio
when was
used
that?
to
Was
be.
that after Ray J?
Yeah, this happened like whenever the Rio opened. Rio's probably like
2016,
2015.
Like it was probably like 8 years. It was probably like 8 years ago or something like that.
But that's what I like. We were doing research on you, and that's what I like about your story. Is you didn't start in radio. Like it was very different.
No,
you know what I mean?
Sure. I didn't start on radio. Like I said, I used to do this other station that they fired me one time for having alcohol. They just didn't want to fuck with me. It was like a blessing in disguise. I was like, you know what?
Was it off of Cahuenga?
Nah.
Okay. I was gonna ask you if it was Ski TV, but
Nah. I never worked for Ski TV, but like I said, never. After a certain point, I didn't want to do radio. It's just like I saw like it wasn't like the hot thing no more. Like I wanted to do radio back in the day when they would send you the records.
Yeah.
Like that was like, oh shit, you're on the radio, you get a record sent to the crib.
I like your energy about like not really stressing things that don't work out for you. Like it's kind of, I've been talking to Neva about this and some of my other homies. It's like, it's just really about going to places that, you know, where you have value, that value.
Absolutely.
And it's just like, why are you guys trying to chase or go into places that don't value you?
Absolutely.
And in the end, it's just like, it's really important to just understand, hey, I can't be like, I'm not going to be accepted everywhere. Not everyone's going to value me. So I have to really just appreciate
what I do have
and appreciate motherfuckers who put value in me and value my abilities and everything. You know what I'm saying? But it's like trying to force myself into this. It's like they don't value you. Well, let me try again.
You could tell when it feels forced. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
You want somebody to just generally fuck with you. Like, yo, they'll be like, I want you to DJ my shit. I want you to DJ this. Like, I was DJing some shit 2 days ago, and like 2 dudes. One dude was like, I know him. He's some well respected. He was like, I want you to DJ my wedding. I'm like, damn, like that's pretty crazy. Like, cause he's a respected person. Like I fuck with him, and his girl is cool. But I'm like, damn, like that's like an honor to me. Like when somebody that I respect's like, I want you to DJ my wedding.
The
like
biggest day of my life.
Yeah, like that's just like, hey man, I love that.
Yeah.
And I mean, I must have done something right that night. You know what I'm saying? For a motherfucker to come up, be like, yo man, I need your number. My wedding's not till next September, but I want to lock it in right now.
That's dope.
Nice.
Yo, Dre, thank you for coming through,
Appreciate you, man.
Yeah.
Appreciate all of y'all, man.
Yeah,
Keep
thank
doing
you,
your thing. You know what I'm saying? We love it. I know I love it. I know a lot of other DJs that listen to this shit, driving the whip. So someone like, yo, I got to be on this at one point. So I appreciate y'all for
No
real.
doubt. Yo,
thank you, Dre.
thank you. Dre Sinatra, y'all. Thank you.
Sir.
Movie.
If you want to watch more episodes from R.O.A.D Podcast, click either links on the left or the right. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube page and get updated on new uploads throughout the week. Peace.